about 30 hours into it now. And it's pretty good.
Oh. I have no idea what I count before like from the early access days, because I currently have 43.
I had, I think, 20, and now I have 60.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I streamed it for 2 days. One day we did 12 hours, and then yesterday we played from 8 a.m. till about midnight.
God damn.
And then we played today from about 9 till 6. The beautiful benefit of not having children.
I don't think I could have done that before kids, honestly.
I'm not gonna lie, I had to stop when I did, because it was like, okay, I'm starting to get grumpy because I've been sitting at my computer for too fucking long.
Yeah.
Like today, I took like an hour break in between, but like in the middle to like eat.
Yeah, back when I think it was Dark Souls 3 came out, I played that game for like 22 hours straight, I think. From the time that it released, and this was back during a time when I was kind of like bedridden, and I had this big, I think it was like 42-inch TV that I had my computer hooked up to, and an cable extension went all the way to my bed. So I was just fucking lazing in bed, and I just laid there and played Dark Souls 3 for fucking 22 hours. And by the end of it, I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna do more of that tomorrow. And I did. I played another 20 hours the next day.
I used to do that with Ark. I have like 6,000 something hours in Ark.
Oh my god, Ark is one of those games that you can just do that forever. Like
I don't think I have 6,000 anything.
I legitimately quit playing Ark because I was just done with the fucking grind misery. And anytime somebody like convinced me to go back into it, I would play for like pretty much until the first wipe. Like the first time that I fucking logged on and my tribe was like, hey, we were in a huge war at fucking 3 o'clock this morning. I'm like, yeah, fuck you, I'm done. Because I'm just so done with that. And I played in a ton of fucking mega tribes.
Uh-huh.
And I was just like, fuck this, man.
I never played PvP in Ark just because I didn't like it. I was never fond of it.
I loved it for about 6,000 hours, and then I didn't.
For me, it was... I think my most vivid memory of Ark was... my first D&D group got together and were like, hey, we're going to play Ark, do you want to join? And I was like, yeah, I've got some experience in it. And this was when I was like 200 hours into the game, starting from release. And then the DM hosted the server locally, and we basically had to set up everything so that, one, it wasn't too much of a grind, two, we were able to go as far away from each other as we wanted, and just a whole bunch of settings like that. But once we'd fine-tuned everything, that only took like an hour because I'd done that plenty myself. So from there we played, and the entire group was on. A few people, I think it was 3 people, left at like 12 hours in, and then another person left at about 16 hours in. The DM, he called it quits at about 24 hours, and he just went like, I've got to get some sleep, but I'll leave the server up and I said to him that, yeah, you know what, I'll probably go and get some sleep as well. And this is back when we were still on Skype. So the DM gets up 8 hours later, sees that the call is still active, and was like, did you just stay up all night and continue playing Ark? And I was like, oh, the sun's coming up, and I just closed out of the call. I have a really terrible addiction to Ark when I start playing it with people.
Yeah, I would get fucking... Like, so the first time I quit, I would get messages. All of a sudden it'd be like 4 o'clock in the morning, right? And I got work. I'd get a message, we're getting raided right now. So then I'd fucking log on and spend the next 3 hours fucking fighting in a war, to the point where I'm literally like, if I don't go right now to go fucking like get my uniform on and get out of here, I'm gonna be in fucking trouble. So it's like, I have to go now. And I would leave, and then I'd come back, and it's like, yeah, we lost. It's like, dude.
Yeah. That's why I didn't like Ark has PvP. That was
the game itself. The game itself isn't a fucking grind if you play it properly. The problem is people, like, the reason why people do, you know, all the high-end servers is because, like, the 5x, 10x, whatever, is because they don't understand how to play the game. The game has all the tools for you to, like, if it's taking you longer than an hour to fucking tame like a max level, you're doing it wrong. Because it's so fucking easy, but people just don't do it right. Because you have to, like, you have to get Ovises. If you don't get Ovises, you're for taming carnivores, you're wasting your fucking time. And then you have to get the low level dinos so you can get kibble, because if you're not using kibble, again, you're wasting your time. Yeah. So like, you need to get all the low level shit, and then start using that to get the high end stuff. I am not playing Ark ever again.
I tried playing Ark, just like, I was like, oh, it's another survival game. Just fucking balls to the wall it. But
that's what it is.
Why Ovises?
Because mutton is the highest breed timer. It's better than prime. They love it, and what you do is you have to get cakes, and then once you get cakes, you tame Ovises, and then once you tame them, you pretty much just put them in a corner in your base, and while you're doing everything, they level up, and you just pump them full of HP, and the higher their HP is, the more mutton they drop when they get killed, and then you harvest them with the chainsaw, and then when you harvest them with the chainsaw, you get max mutton out of them, and then that's how you do tames.
Okay. See, I played before Ovises were in the game, before chainsaws were in the game. I played back when the island was the only map.
So did I.
Yeah, but like Ovises just weren't in the game back then.
Yeah, back then you had to use Prime, or you had to hard grind and kibble. So like I had
before kibble, man.
Like when it was fucking kibble, it was miserable, but to start. But the problem with the game at that point in time, and I played during that time too, but the problem with the game at that time was the fact that it was built with all this other stuff in mind. So it's like, we're gonna make it fucking painful to raise anything.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is calling? Oh.
It's an amazing game. As someone that is going from 5e to PF2e. I love PF2e, but Baldur's Gate 3 is what 5e kind of just should have been, honestly, from the get-go.
There's some mechanical differences to things.
Yeah.
Like, if you get knocked prone, being knocked prone is the worst thing in the fucking world. Has been for all of Larian Studios games.
Yeah, you have to as you spend your
You
turn
basically,
getting knocked off.
you lose your entire turn. You get knocked prone, you lose your entire fucking turn. Can't take reactions, can't do bonus actions, can't move, and you can't do an action.
Wait,
So
what?
you just lose your entire turn when you get knocked prone. I am a warlock paladin, as every.
Oh god, are you going fucking hack to the blade paladin?
Yes.
Oh, you're disgusting.
And then my buddy Spin is just going straight wizard, evocation wizard, and it's fucking great. I tank everything, and he is just like, yep, fireball, yep, sleet storm. Fucking great.
Yeah.
And I'll say this. Visuals, whoever did spell visuals had a deep love for Eldritch Blast.
Yeah.
Because it is the best feeling spell in the entire game.
Agreed. That's fucking dope.
It feels like you're shooting a fucking 50 cal at somebody.
I can show you it right now if you want. Alright, hang on.
I mean, you can play up to 4 people at a time. We can have 2 parties.
I'll say this. There is a bit of glitchiness in playing with people.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, are you playing on
sometimes-
Vulcan or DX11?
DX11.
Okay, yeah.
There's a bit of glitchiness. So like, every now and then I'll be like in a conversation with somebody, and then Spin will start a conversation with somebody, and it'll kick me out of my conversation, and vice versa. Sometimes. So one annoying thing is it doesn't. If someone picks up an item and someone else turns in the quest, even if you're right next to each other, you have to transfer the item to the other person's inventory. Sometimes, not all the time.
Oh, really?
Sometimes. And then, occasionally, we'll have randomly somebody will go back to camp, and there will be a camp conversation, and it'll just be a we have a random NPC that's a bard, because there's no bard, like, NPC characters, and we wanted bardic inspiration, because we're disgusting. And every now and then the NPC will have conversations for our characters instead of those characters doing the conversations. Yeah, it's a little funky. But I think it's only because it's multiplayer.
Aaron messaged me the other day, and he was very proud about the fact that he convinced a goblin to eat actual shit.
Okay, I haven't seen that.
You can convince, like, in the very beginning of the game, you can convince one of the goblins to, like, lick shit off your boots.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pretty great.
He was very proud of it.
I bit a goblin's toe off.
But after we do like the quests in an area, we then do the gamer thing and we go back and kill everyone.
Yeah, so I try to do the quest, and
XP,
somehow I end
baby.
up having to kill everyone. Like, I'm in here doing something like the whole.
I will
little
say
thing.
this: to be the good guy is the hardest path.
It is so hard. It really
That's
is.
what I'm doing. It's what feels natural for me for playing a first playthrough of a game. So I'm just doing that.
But so my buddy that I'm playing with, Spin, he's like, okay, I'm doing an evil playthrough. Like all my stuff I'm doing is just gonna be evil. You can do whatever you want. I'm gonna do what I want. And I was like, cool. This is gonna be like we're playing D&D. However, influence with groups is by individual, but if they see somebody that's in the group, they don't give a fuck. They'll just attack your ass.
And go Wood Elf because why not? Sure. Perfect.
I'm thoroughly disappointed, and the reason I haven't purchased the game yet is the fact that even though they give you multiple dick options, none of them are size changing.
Oh, I'm just saying, Dragonborn penis.
Which
I haven't seen it yet.
No, I'm a
Dragonborn.
tiefling.
I'm a
I'm a tiefling.
Yeah.
I wanted that fire resistance.
I'm a dragon.
And,
Way of the Four Elements monk.
Ooh.
And
I'm
it's
just
fun.
saying, I'm pretty convinced somebody at the studio has a small dick, which is why they did what they did. Because they didn't want size comparisons.
All right. Are you ready
one
for the Eldritch Blast? It's fucking awesome. Alright, and since just because it was brought up, I'll go and look at the fucking Dragonborn deck.
Hey, but you guys want to see what I've been working on?
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've been here, unfortunately.
Pretty cool, dude.
I was just gonna stay quiet. And I was
Go over
like,
to here to my coolers,
yeah,
put the meat in here,
Dragonborn.
grind it into there, put it
I'll
in
say
there, turn it
this.
into a sausage.
As
Once it's a sausage, I put it in there until it goes to 100% like that.
What are you playing? What is this game?
Ranch Simulator.
Oh god.
This is all my sausages, and this is my pigs. And as you can see, all the other dead pigs in there that I haven't finished yet.
Oh my god.
You should have. You should have seen how many pigs I started with.
Head appearance. Yeah, sure, let's go with this one. Alright. The moment is at hand.
Yeah. Dragon penis. Dragon penis.
Is it spiraled like a duck?
You can see for yourself.
See, that's why they couldn't put the Aarakocra.
Look at that, really though, what the fuck?
What's cool is you can choose like different lineage of dragon too. Like you can choose all the sub-dragon classes or sub-races for the dragon.
I picked the tiefling because one of the tiefling heritages has like all the smite spells.
Oh yeah.
Which, just saying, when you get a beautiful crit on
I got that today. What the fuck?
I was fighting. It was the hag in the swamp.
I haven't gotten there yet. No spoilers.
It's like a segment. It's like what the hell is it? Like a like a sandworm mouth. Like it opens in like 4 different ways.
What a
Because if you
description.
look at it there, you can see 2 like if you look at it from the side,
See, that's the protective
you can see like
cover.
2 slits. It looks like it opens up like.
That's actually a fold of protective skin, and you flip that up, and it actually reveals the penis.
Yeah.
Also, here's Dragonborn ass because, you know, you need this.
Nice.
Yes.
Dude, okay, here, I'll show you. Give me 1 second to finish up this, and I'll show you.
I'm gonna stop streaming now.
By the way, I've been working on this all fucking day.
I get the feeling that you like games where you have to farm things.
Yeah, so that's all that. You hang them up in there, and then they turn that color when they're done. That's how they start.
Mm-hmm.
But this is my sausage pile.
This
Completed
is,
ones.
This is my kind of fucking sausage farmer right here.
And then this is my pig farm. And as you can see, those piles of meat there, those are dead pigs that I've also harvested that I haven't finished yet. But this thing was so bad that you couldn't walk in it. Because the fucking pigs will have like 8 piglets at a time. And as soon as they stop, like, for the first day, the piglets will like follow the mom around. The next day, she'll get pregnant again. So I had to go through a little bit of a pig purge. Yeah, and I could have sold a bunch of this already, but to be honest with you, I just really want to see.
I'm just saying that's a
how
really
much it's all
big
worth.
Trailer for that little bitty Kubota to be.
Don't worry about it, man. I'm poor.
That's like a 12-foot trailer.
It'll pull it.
And go grab my tractor. It will pull it. My tractor's back here at the farm, so. How the fuck did you get out here? Yes. It was already dead. It must have gotten out at some point and then it starved to death. So
I literally thought he just murdered it.
no. I can murder one when I get back if you guys want to see
I
what that
love
looks
all
like.
these games that
There's my
they've
tractor.
made in Unreal Engine.
That's my tractor.
They're all so
And my
similar,
harvester.
yet so different.
This game is so enjoyable.
Just living out my dream being a pig farmer.
I am. I'm a hell of a pig farmer, man. Now, if you excuse me, I'll slaughter a pig for everybody so they can see what happens.
Squeal like a pigger. Please tell me they just all start like running. Yeah. It's not quite as ooh. Oh wow. That makes a lot of meat.
Yep. I was showing them. So much more pigs. Just there's so much more. I tried to convince you to play this game, Dave, like forever ago.
Yeah. I'm
This-
glad I didn't.
It's multiplayer.
Yeah, this is like Farm Simulator. I'm glad I didn't follow.
This is
through
better.
and play it.
This is better than Farm Sim.
Is it? Is it now?
I have Farm Sim as well. This is better.
How so?
It's more enjoyable. I got bees too.
Nice.
If you put your raspberry and sitting out,
Okay.
we have no weapons.
Okay. And then I got chickens. See? As you can see, I have a lot of eggs right now.
Look at all those chickens.
I haven't been
Are
dealing
you
with
drinking
chickens.
Modelo?
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy. It's the superior of the commercial Mexican beers.
Absolutely. It's
Alright.
really good.
I can end this now.
All right. I'm ready
Can
for
you end it?
Hung, I have D&D on my second screen, and I'm definitely just going to keep harvesting pigs at the moment. But I have a lot of work to do, dude. You don't understand.
Is Tim not making it today, or is he just behind?
No,
Okay.
they got the house.
That's right.
They got the house closed and stuff. Don't
Yeah.
they? So are we just waiting for Paul then? Or?
Let's do it.
So we all agree that Dragonborn penises look fucking awful, right?
They're weird.
Yeah, pretty bad.
Yeah.
got
Definitely
Oh.
a 4 out of 10.
What the fuck? What happened here?
4 out
I
of
was
10.
kind of like expecting like a spike, kind of like on a lizard.
There it goes.
A giant bar.
I got Sunny D.
spike.
Nice.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Sunny D vodka?
Rough day. Tell me about it. My new guy quit. On top of all the stuff with my dad, my fucking new guy quit. So now I am literally, it's just me and my boss again. And my boss, I had 3 times last week.
I did all this.
So
That
I
sounds wonderful.
had 3 experienced individuals in my department. I had to fire one. The most experienced got a promotion and transferred to another department. So I hired in a new guy, and then my only experienced guy left has his vacation next week. And he's gone all week in China. So it's just me and the new guy. So
Yeah,
I have another new person starting on Tuesday.
I've been the only experienced guy in my department for 3 years.
Oh.
That sucks.
Yeah, it's painful. Yeah, I got a considerable one when my new boss came in a year and a half ago.
That might get pushed back. I have to figure that out. Yeah. My travel might be changing considerably.
Cool.
Alright, we're live, so we can continue talking about dragon dicks.
Yeah.
So,
Baldur's Gate, 4 out of 10 experience.
What?
4 out of 10?
Four
What?
out of 10.
The Dragon Penis, 4 out of 10 experience.
Oh, just for the
Eldritch
dragon.
Blast, 10 out of 10.
Okay,
11 out of 10.
11 out of 10.
alright.
10 out of 10 plus charisma modifier.
I can't tell you how many things I've killed by just yeeting them off with Eldritch Blast. It's like they just like want they just want to stand next to the cliff.
Yeah,
So-
but it's not Ranch Sim, so.
I got 3 words that describe last session. The Slurpee Boys.
I thought you were gonna say the fucking slog.
No.
Yeah, that was pretty painful.
Yeah.
Somebody getting slurped though.
I'm trying to slurp, but everybody's giving me attitude about slurping.
Yeah.
And we're going to continue giving you attitude.
So you all got
He's already dead. What does it matter?
not necessarily ambushed, but found by an undead horde, which you were preparing for, that were tracking down a band of wounded soldiers, which you all healed in the previous session.
I hit.
You all destroyed the undead horde, only suffering 1 loss to the whole group of soldiers in your party. No losses to the party directly. If anything, just supplies. And then at the end, a mysterious figure appeared and threatened you all before disappearing into the night sky.
Yeah.
Seems to be what losers do around us.
Yeah. I don't know. It seems like all these guys just keep running away from us. So
But
I mean,
it
if
is.
I was strong, I'd take a 5-on-1 fight.
We had more than that. Second army. We had plenty of people to let die.
But with it still being in the middle of the night, surrounded by the corpses of the undead, what would you all like to do?
Stop fucking.
Ulf is going to sleep.
Ilya is going to stay up and continue tending to the wounds of the soldiers. And just like kind of watching over them for a bit before she eventually goes to sleep as well. And she's also going to, after having the very shifty conversation with, is it Ivar?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure. Yeah, it was Ivar. After having that very shifty conversation with Ivar, is going to wrap up the body of the deceased.
Okay.
It's just wrapped up.
It's wrapped up and it is near all of us.
I got something to grab onto and drag him out.
And she's also going to be setting up watch rotations with the soldiers. Because if we got ambushed once, then we need to be careful to not let it happen again. Or, well, not necessarily ambushed, but still.
Ulf is on the other side of that argument. We've already taken care of it. We're fine now. Because that's how that works.
Yeah, sure. Ilya's just gonna sort of look at you and go, sure. And
It's time to sleep now.
yes, you can go to sleep. I'm going to arrange a watch order with the... What's it called again? A skull? The guy in charge.
The guy in charge, his name...
There was like a title given to the person in charge that's in a group.
Yeah. So his name is Anir. Let me see. Yeah, I think it was a Skarl.
Skarl, that's it. You can get some rest. I'm going to speak with the Skarl about setting up watch rotations.
Well, I could take the first watch. No problem.
I don't think it's a good idea that any of us take watches alone.
Okay. Ulf, you stay on watch with me.
Ari, why are we taking watch? We have killed the undead. It is time to sleep.
One of
Well-
them escaped. We have no idea whether or not they're going to come back and try to do anything in the night, or if they're going to return with reinforcements. It's
They
better to
they
stay
left.
than
They are
sorry.
cowards. They left. They fled. They are not on the battlefield any longer.
Ulf, would you rather attack someone while they're sleeping or while they're awake?
Probably asleep.
And there you have it.
Okay, I will take first watch as well.
Out of character, I'm like, this is a horrible idea. I'm just sitting here like, is there any reason that Ilya would doubt this in character?
Don't worry, Tangle can watch them on the first watch.
This is great.
Tangle did not get to see much actions.
I would remind you that I do not need to sleep much at all.
So all four of us will stand, take first watch, and you can go to sleep, Ilya.
This
Easy
is.
peasies.
I will not do full watch. I will do 1 hour watch and then I will go to sleep.
What do I even say to this? We're just kind of look around at everyone seeming to be okay with this. I would just go, I'll try to get some sleep.
That is good. You worked hard to heal everyone today. You deserve it.
If anyone requires healing or finds themselves aching during the night, then don't hesitate to come find me.
Then they can deal with it till morning when you awake. It is fine. It will be fine. No one will die while you are asleep. It'll be okay.
I almost feel like that requires a diplomacy check, given the fact that someone literally just died. Not because of like the Ivar shenanigans, but because of just her own anxieties. This is her first time actually being out in the field.
Yeah, that's fine.
Above table, the funny thing about that is that's just his tism.
yeah.
The game is still paused, Intercept. Also, is that alright? Asking for like a diplomacy check or?
So between players, I let you all decide on how you want to have your characters interact with each other mechanically.
Sure.
That's
I mean,
reasonable.
I could diplomacy it.
Yeah, I mean,
This would
if
be
you're
great.
cool with that.
Isn't it a
Diplomacy
blind roll?
or deception?
Oh my god! She kind of just squints. Actually, maybe I should keep first watch as well.
But it is fine. Tangle is gonna be here.
I don't know. Something about the way Ulf said that just made me uneasy.
Oh,
He's probably
I'm not
just on edge because he doesn't like me.
To be fair,
kill anyone.
to be fair, Ulf says lots of things that put people on edge.
That is true, but I don't mean them the way people think I mean them.
I'll try.
What I mean is, you heal the worst of the wounds. No one will die of their injuries overnight. I can't say what else could happen to them, but their injuries will not kill them.
I'll try. And she
Okay.
just goes over and completely fails to get a good night's sleep. She's probably gonna. Actually, I'm gonna. I'm gonna actually just roll a wisdom save or will save just to see like how well she actually sleeps or when she goes to sleep. Roll. Okay, she's up for like an hour, and then she eventually starts to just peacefully go to sleep. And she would be watching the campfire, so she's not like facing away or anything. And so you would be able to tell when she is asleep to go and do whatever the fuck you're gonna do.
Perfect.
I would peacefully wait until she went to sleep.
With Ilya and
Same
Aro
with
and
all the other
Ero
guards.
going to sleep.
Hmm.
The other
Okay,
guards
so-
are exhausted and from their travels. So they all go to sleep after confirming that you all do plan to keep watch.
Yes.
So now, while we're all sitting around the fire, kind of just keeping a watch and stuff, like in a low voice, go, okay, now that everybody is asleep, I need to open up the dead guy.
But you had to open him up,
I need to open him up.
like down the middle.
Well, he got killed by undead, and I am concerned that he will not stay dead.
Oh, well then I would take him out away from this place.
Yes, so if the
I mean, I can't be responsible for anything that the people might be misgiven for.
yes, so if the skulkier of us could go and grab him and bring him out into woods, I will handle it.
Tingle will put up his little rat feet and fucking cloak around him like this and just be like,
I am the knight.
and pretend to snore a little bit.
His response is, "I'm out."
his response,
Response
is,
not.
I already have enough problems with people not liking me.
We could
What?
put the sheet back when we are done, with men inside. They won't know that he got.
Oh,
Check.
so you have to check it. Okay, easy.
Yes, we take him out. I check. We bring him back.
Okay, this is easy. I can do this.
How does he do the check?
I don't care. I don't
Like,
do it.
is there
It's him.
like, do they grow something on the inside that makes them undead?
I don't know. This is not my area of expertise. I will trust Ivor.
We will do a quick check.
Okay, you do the check. I will get him.
It's just the worst of the worst answer. Yeah, we'll just go check him.
Ulf goes to like drag the body away.
Roll
Try
stealth
not to wake
check.
anyone up.
Roll stealth check
Alright.
with a -3 modifier.
-3. All right, easy.
I was thinking, like,
Do we get a hero point at the beginning of this?
doesn't snow make a lot of noise?
You guys got one at the end of last session.
Oh, did we? Oh, yeah. Well, fair enough. It's not bad.
Not terrible.
You know, it's not terrible. And your encampment is a little ways away from the rest of the soldiers. Let me see. Let me look up something real quick.
Oh, if it's any consolation, I do have. Okay, so is the -3 penalty because I'm dragging something, or is it because it's like closely guarded or something?
Mostly because you're dragging something,
Okay.
right? He's in
Alright, yeah.
armor and stuff, right?
Yeah, that's fair. Because I have that feature, pickpocket, right? So. Like, steal or palm objects. Granted, he's not an object that's easily concealed, but I'm just saying, like.
Ooh, if you're a master in thievery, you can attempt to steal from a creature in combat.
Yeah, that's gonna be exciting.
All right,
You have in your pockets.
Ilya, you can make a perception check.
Okay, penalty while asleep.
Yeah, that's what I looked up. It's a plus
Okay.
10 to the DC.
Okay. Okay, and I'm going to be completely fair here and say that I'm not going to hero point this at all because it would just feel too, like, meta. It would feel way too meta to do that.
Ah, you also miss. An army of undead coming back into the camp. Oops, you're bad.
Can I guidance myself while asleep, though?
No.
That's fine.
No.
19!
Yeah, that's not enough. It really would have mattered if you... So the DC was the 15 plus the 10, right? For the penalty check for because you sleep. So it's the DC 25. So you would have had to roll pretty high, or you would have had to roll a natural 20.
Yeah.
So with that, no one else is otherwise concerned, and Ulf, you successfully drag the body away from the camp. How far are you going?
I'm going to where Ivar said he would be, however far Ivar was.
Oh, great. Just about. I want to go just far enough out that the sounds don't disrupt everybody too bad. I don't want to wake the sleeping people while I do this.
Okay, so how
Consider
aggressive
obviously
are you
you've got
going
a
to
dead
be
body.
with your check of the body?
Oh, you want to know what I want to do?
I want to know if it's going to be loud and aggressive, or if you're going to take your time.
I would take my time.
Okay. So you only really need to go out 50 feet, really.
Yeah, so I drag
We'll
him
go out
50 feet.
And I'll meet him out there.
Alright. It's dark. Like, really dark. You guys don't have a source of light, so...
Yeah, he's got a sun rod.
Alright.
Causes
And
bright light in the fucking middle of the woods.
Like 50 feet out. And not only are we like 50 feet out, but I'd like tuck it to the side so it only is like dim. You know, like throw my cloak over it so it's just like...
Cover
Where
with
I'm
a light
working.
layer of snow, so that way, again, I like...
Yeah, it's like focused into one area, right?
Exactly.
All right.
So it's not a giant burning torch. It's a flashlight.
It's like yeah,
Exactly,
it's like a
yeah.
beacon.
Exactly.
All right.
Are you staying, Ulf?
No, Ulf takes him, and then he goes to cover the tracks of him dragging the body.
Do you have a check that you have to do for that, or do you have a feature?
Yeah, there's a cover tracks. Hold on, there is. Where is it? Yeah, hold on, let me. Where's that at? It's here. I see it. I'm just trying to drag it to my character sheet. Well, what the hell? Hold on 1 second.
What the hell?
Yeah, I don't think those macros are still working. We could try. What was it? What was the name of those macros?
Basic macros. Basic actions.
Yeah, basic action macros. Yeah.
I need to look up what it is.
I need to see what's providing those. Maybe it's a module that I don't have permissions to update anymore. I did update before the session.
It just says I cover my tracks. I'm moving up to half my travel speed. You don't need to attempt a survival check to cover your tracks, but anyone tracking you must succeed at a survival check against your survival DC if it is higher than normal DC to track.
All right. What is your survival DC?
Survival DC is +5.
Okay.
Well,
All right.
actually, it's just a modifier. I don't know what the DC would be. So 10 + 5, maybe?
All right, Ivar. Do you want to narrate what you're doing? Or you just want to send it to me?
I can narrate it. So, because I plan on putting the body back instead of taking the head off like I did last time, I'm just going to open his chest up and pull out everything out. Everything. And then once I'm done pulling everything out, I'll just put his armor back on, and then I'm going to drape everything in the trees, and then I'm going to go back and tell Ulf that the body can go back.
I feel like he's doing like a happy humming while he's
like the guy at the very beginning of Diablo 4.
Yeah, if you return without the body, Ulf looks at you and says, "Why didn't you bring it to this part of the camp so I could just get it from here and take it?"
Because that would probably be really loud, so you can go grab it from there,
Go
I guess.
get him, bring him here, and I'll take him back where he needs to go.
Fine. I go grab the body.
So, Ulf, it's not hard for you to notice, but Ivar's arms and hands are covered in blood.
Yeah. Ulf will actually stop him when he starts to walk away. On the second thought, probably not a good idea for you to walk like that. Wash yourself.
Do we have any water on the vehicles? Like just a bucket of it?
Do you?
So, I go back and try to
There's
drag the
lots of
body
snow.
back.
You could just melt the snow.
I could do that. Could melt snow.
I go try to put the body back in place, all stealthy. Is
It's a lot
-2
lighter now.
because it's lighter because all the organs are missing.
Yes, it's a -2 now. You notice the difference in weight.
I don't understand this check. What is this for?
I feel like there's a small
no.
flashback
Dave, no.
scene between
Dave,
me
no.
and Dave. We're contemplating like what undead are and why they.
I
need to be
have to
checked.
hero point this. I am not
Getting caught with the
getting caught. No, I have
dragging
to
it
do- I
out
have
would
to
have been
hero
so
point this.
much better. This is bad.
Yeah, this is way worse. Alright, we're hero pointing. There we go. Woo!
Alright.
Worst use of a hero point ever, probably.
Sorry, Dave. It's what brothers do, right?
I
Yeah.
was just like, you're like, it was literally only me that you would have to worry about. Everyone else is over at the other camp.
Oh no.
So, with that, Ilya, you can do another perception check if you wish, or your character can be in a deeper slumber.
A DC 34 perception check. Great.
5% chance.
If you insist, I will crit.
I don't insist.
That's not a crit.
Oh god.
I was gonna fucking laugh if that actually worked, though.
That would have been a really hard conversation for Ulf.
Yep. It would have been.
With your new party member. Your
Why
new
does it
healer.
look like you've been slaughtering pigs?
Do you have like a cupboard full of sausages somewhere?
Yes.
With the body returned to its place of origin, the rest of the night goes quite calm and peaceful as a slight snow begins to fall.
Butty is fine.
By sunrise, the soldiers begin to stir and collect their things and begin their journey back towards a more civilized area.
Well, I suppose we should venture on.
Yes, we have work to do.
He just kind of wakes up like probably half an hour after the rest of the soldiers do because she just slept like absolute shit. So like all of the soldiers are probably already preparing to go by the time she actually stirs awake and gets up and just... Oh god, it's okay. Just kind of gets up and starts doing her daily preparations after that.
This is fine. It is time to
What's
go.
fine? Oh, okay.
The night was fine.
Okay. Did you all actually sleep?
Of course.
Well, Tingle sleeps very well.
Okay. Delia will just get up and after doing whatever. Do I need to hit my long rest?
Yeah, you guys can give yourselves a long rest.
Wicked.
Do your daily preparations.
Daily crafting. Love daily crafting.
But Marcus, if there were to... Can people get infected by these?
Do I know
creatures we
that?
fought?
Do I know that, God?
Make one of your lore checks.
Get to do something. Hold on.
Would I know that offhand?
If you have applicable lore, you can also make a check.
We're still thinking because of what I know already about these undead and their nature. But we'll go ahead and do underworld lore. Good start to the day.
You don't know
Nice.
shit.
You have no idea how undeath spreads.
Mhm.
Marcus does. Generic undead, what most people consider to be undead, like zombies and skeletons and things like that, are raised by a more intelligent and powerful creature, whether it be a necromancer, a vampire, a lich, something of the sort, someone who can practice magic or dark arts. However, there is the ability for people to be cursed by powerful creatures and then turn into a subservient, weaker version of that creature. Things like vampires spawn, right? They come from vampires. So there is an improbable cause for infection, but not at what you guys really encountered.
That's basically what I say, but in my voice.
And Ulf says, okay, that is good to know. Thank you for your information, Marcus.
I'm just your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
You are not like a spider at all.
That was out of character.
Not anymore, it
Having
isn't.
that talk.
No, see, Ulf is so much on the scale, he just reads out of character thoughts.
Yep. It's
Wow,
true.
that's impressive.
He breaks the fourth wall.
What? You have seen Mensa's spider? That is crazy. That's like twice as big as me.
In our other campaign on Wednesday, we got in a fight in water. And when we started talking about it, Perrin was describing the fight and saying the water was like 3 feet deep, except 4 of our party members are 3 foot or shorter.
Nice.
Fantastic.
So we were like, he's like,
Underwater combat rules.
yeah.
3 feet? I meant 3 inches.
Oh.
Mm.
So, shall we press on then?
Yes, it is probably good to.
Yeah, we have work to do.
Let's see. Just give me.
If I recall correctly, I'm with Arwen, Roan, and Tingle, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Why do they call him Arwen, Roan?
That's how he
That's
introduces
his name.
himself.
His
Oh,
name
okay.
is Aro in the Roan.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, as we're
Alright.
cruising along at one point where we're sitting there, I'm like, Ulf, we need to have discussion.
Okay.
Marcus, you are welcome to listen in. This is, I think, lines with you as well and what you have going on. So this may be something that is going to go in the direction of wherever you are traveling and what
you
you
have
need
my
to do.
attention.
So, well, Ulf, as you noticed since the first storm,
Yes.
I've had some extra ability that we did not have before, and that seems to be getting more so.
Your abilities are growing.
Yes, but the way they are growing is very interesting. So after I healed Marcus, which obviously I can clearly only do because of the way that I can harm others of the living, I felt more, and now I can do other things as well. And the requirements of it are also very interesting, and I don't know. I feel like Njord is sending us down a very dark path.
Well, this thing is a gift. Well, not all gifts are understood immediately. Perhaps you have to figure this out.
Yes, but Marcus, and you understand, you can feel what I am doing.
Do I actually feel what he's doing?
I mean, you feel the negative energy, but to you it feels good.
Are you a necromancer?
I
The what? Is that the creature that does the undead thing you talked about last night?
Was that last night? Is this a new day? I'm confused.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is
yeah,
the morning.
new day.
New day.
Okay.
You guys are traveling.
Indeed.
I do not know. I cannot bring skeletons or the dead back to life, but I certainly can take life from the living. And the requirements to continue doing that.
Ulf kind of points to his bow and like his
I knew
quiver.
this.
And he says, "This is I have the ability to take life from the living.
I don't think this is quite the same.
It is different tool for same result."
And I want you to know, Marcus, I am not a bad man.
I never said you were.
I know,
There-
but
There are necromancers that are not evil, per se, but I do believe that the act of bringing one back is.
which I have not done. But maybe I should tell you what I did to Soldier.
Mm,
You check to make sure he is not undead to come back.
Well, sure, but more what I did is take everything from inside him and put them outside him.
Oh, like rituals back home of fertility and harvest and bounty, but just for people.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
So now it is in trees. Man is empty. And I gain
What?
power back.
Oh. This is sacrifice for the gods that is required. It is normal. It is just different sacrifice than what you are used to.
This is true. Fair point. For now, I would
greater
like...
blessing, greater sacrifice, yes?
Yeah. I would say we keep this between three of us for now. I do not know how the new one would handle it. Or Aro and Eron.
Probably not well.
Meanwhile,
Okay.
Tingle. I feel like somebody's not talking about me.
Ilya. I think it's contagious. While that conversation is going on, Ilya is not talking about the three in the other snowmobile. What she is talking about, though, is to Otto and Aaron and to Tingle. So, I guess it would be a good idea to just like arms around Tingle because he's sitting in her lap at the moment. I suppose it would be a good idea to ask, first and foremost, do either of you actually worship anyone, or which of the gods do you pay tribute to?
Tingle is more of a man of the science. I like the crafting, and I don't know. I did. It takes my hands off the wheel, just like, you know, grabs
Immediately turns
Grabs
and
hands.
smashes into us.
Grabs his hands, puts them back on the wheel. Please don't let go of the wheel.
It's hard to have a conversation when you're sitting on someone's lap.
Well, just focus on talking to me, not looking at me.
You know, we have the proof, but it's not like Tingle doesn't believe in the gods, but there is no
I
god
understand.
that is really for Tingle. Like, a lot of them are all like, oh, we like the humans and we like the other races, but there's not really like someone who's like, hey, rat people, you're good.
What about less focused on your race and more upon your craft? There are some deities that devote themselves more to their craft than to who they actually are. One example would be Broker, or Brock. He is a blacksmith. There is also he's the brother of Eitri and Sindri.
I mean, Tingle is not against anything with religions, but
No, I
Tingle
understand
just
that.
doesn't have anybody. And with as short-lived as the rat people are, we focus on other things.
That's understandable. How about you, Ron? Good talk.
Ron's sleeping in the bunk. We just left camp.
But would he actually have a response, or?
Yeah, I mean, I'd hate to speak for his character.
You could just ask Tim, and you can tell me what Tim says.
Yeah.
And we can just say that that's what happens.
I have a feeling of like it's gonna be a similar vein to like he acknowledges the god's existence. He may pay tribute for safe passage or something, right? Just to be on their good side, but not necessarily have a preference of like this is one I want to meet, right?
Mm-hmm. That's fair. But Ilya would just kind of take note of their responses.
Yeah, I'll write down that as a note. I need a.
Oh yeah, it's also really hard to be like, yeah, I don't believe in gods when you see Thor crashing with Jorgmunder like every now and then too. So those atheist guys, I don't know.
Well, there's a difference between colloquialized atheism and true atheism. True atheism is more akin to being the opposite of a schizophrenic, I suppose. Where even though they see and witness things, they simply choose to believe that they do not exist. I suppose ignorance could be a good word for them. But atheism, as far as I've seen in the colloquialized terminology, is more so people who see no reason to pay tribute to deities. They see deities, they know that deities exist, but they see them as no different than you or I. Acknowledging their power.
Oh, I
of course,
see that they are very different. I could not
yes.
smack Jorgmunder in the face and he goes, ah?
That's entirely fair. I mean less so in terms of not acknowledging their power, and more so recognizing that they are mortal. Like you or I.
But aren't those gods mortal? Right? They can be killed. That's the whole prophecy.
Yes, I believe so. That is a part of the prophecy. I believe Thor dies to... Oh god, who I said that Thor dies to? Is it Fenrir? Who's...
I think it's Jorgmunder, actually.
Die at Ragnarok. Yes, it's prophesied that Thor, for example, is doomed to die at Ragnarok. He falls only after killing Jormungandr, but dies to Jormungandr's venom. So they are capable of dying. That is a part
I
of
mean,
it.
but that's like gods killing gods, kind of like a level of killing.
It's a different level of existence.
Not like
yes.
Tingle killing undead thing level.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
not doubting their powers or abilities, but you know, kind of your definition of atheist, right? That they're
Mhm.
mortal like us, but they're just different. Doesn't
Mhm.
that give them a little bit of credence if they can actually be killed?
Well, of course. I'm not saying that I agree with the definition. It's more so that is what I've witnessed personally. I myself am religious. I believe that the gods are a higher power and have more power to them than you or I could comprehend.
Oh, which god do you follow then?
I pay credence to both Freya and to Mimir. To some extent Skadi as well. If I were to find myself crossing the seas, but primarily Freya, as I often tend to the wounded of battle.
Let's see.
Of late, I've also been paying more attention to Hell, but that's a
I mean, it kind of makes sense, like all the death and things.
Well, it's in part due to that, and in part also the nature of the undead themselves. It is my hope.
Just to let you know, Tingle has a +0 in religion. He has like minimal knowledge.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Which side of the fight are Scotty and Freya on again?
Scotty and Freya are on the. Wait, which fight specifically are you referring to?
Like the whole Ragnarok thing.
Oh, Scotty and Freya are.
I know, it's Vanir and Azer.
Yes, I believe they are more aligned with the Vanir than the Aesir. I could have that completely wrong out of character, just as a heads up. It's been forever since I've actually looked into things.
Scotty is Jotun and Freya is Vanir.
Right, okay. Skadi is a part of the Jotun, not the Vanir or the Aesir, and Freya is, of course, of the Vanir.
Jotun are those giant folk, right?
Correct.
Wait, giants are gods?
There are giant gods. Yes. I suppose that's one way of putting it. I really need to do more research into this out of character. But part of the reason that I've been paying more attention to Hell of late is due to a discovery of sorts, I suppose. The undead that are arising now, it is not merely that they are bodies given magic and animation. They are actually souls from Helheim that are being brought to the material plane at the beck and call of the... What do you call her? The one that is raising all of these.
Lady Death?
Lady Death, I suppose, yes.
Also known as Queen Death, and Marcus has been calling her something else, like Skuldrugger or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
That is her given name.
How did you hear this conversation?
Oh, I'm not there.
We're talking
This is
about
the
this snowmobile.
You just hear the disembodied voice.
I gotta be honest with you, Joe. I'm kind of retarded. So.
But these...
I heard Lady Death and I came running.
Lady Death immediately just teleports in like a fucking cryptid crawling along the walls.
It's like you say Voldemort.
But Lady Death is actually bringing forth these undead from Helheim, which poses a few questions of concern. One of which being, somehow, these undead are getting past Hell. They're being brought back beyond Hell's own purview. This could only be done with Hell's cooperation, or with the cooperation of another god. The other part is that, one sec. I need to double check the name of someone real quick. Garm.
So you guys broke the cardinal rule. You split the party, huh?
I mean, they're right next to each other.
Garm.
We didn't have much choice.
Garm also
I look
guards
out
the...
the windshield and they just wait. And fucking Wolf was driving the other one.
Garm is guarding Hell and its gate, and somehow these undead are bypassing Garm as well.
Right, he's a dog, right?
Yes.
Or a wolf?
Yes, that's correct. But it does raise an interesting point, and a part of my reason for going south here, and why I asked whether or not we would be passing by Helheim's gate, is because I wish to go to Helheim and see for myself what is taking place.
You want to go to Helheim, the place
Yes.
where all the dead people go.
But I
Yes.
thought once you go in, you're not supposed to come back.
Perhaps. But answers are more important than...
I mean, obviously there's undead coming out, but
The dead that are in there are not evil, for what that's worth. They are simply...
right, that's where all the
dead.
bad people go,
Not specifically.
so that they can do all the suffering.
No. Valhalla is one of, I think it's a few afterlives? Valhalla is where those that have died in battle go, to feast in the halls and do battle and live in glory and yada yada yada. But Helheim is the place where everyone who doesn't die in battle goes. Those that died of old age, those that died of sickness. It is not a thing of those that are in Helheim have done anything bad. They simply did not die in battle. These undead that are being brought back to the land and forced to fight against their will could be someone's old grandparent.
So they're not actually like good warriors, is what you're saying.
Correct. They're not warriors. They did not die in battle. And for what it's worth, there are a lot of bad people that died in battle that went to Valhalla. So,
Wasn't expecting some hot takes on our religion, but okay.
you can't hear this.
I know.
But, nevertheless,
I mean, wouldn't Marcus remember being dead?
that would be a question for Marcus, not for me.
I mean,
But
I
those
feel
are-
like just asking Marcus could answer like a couple questions, maybe. If you remember, maybe he doesn't remember.
Perhaps so. We could ask him when next I bed down. Or when next we bed down. I'm not entirely fond of the idea of just yelling across to him.
You guys do break in order to eat, so
Well, then, in that case, at one point when we break to eat, Ilya will just look to Marcus. Would asking you about your time while dead be an invasion of your privacy in your eyes?
Say that again. I'm sorry I didn't hear you.
Would it be an invasion of your privacy to ask you about your time while dead? Is it something that you prefer not to talk about?
No, I'm fine talking about it.
Very well. Do you remember your time when you were dead?
Some.
Do you recall how you came to be undead?
I don't out of character. I don't know if I actually recall that. That would be something that the DM would have to tell me. I recall dying. I recall some time of being in service, but that specific question, DM?
No, you don't recall being raised. It was only later on where you had glimpses of being in service and stuff, and you were able to maintain your own free will after a period of time.
I only remember glimpses of being undead, not becoming it. I do recall dying.
It is less the dying part that I am interested in, and more the being dead part, I suppose. It is a conversation I was having with Tingle and Arwen Roan already about Helheim and the nature of the undead being brought back by Lady Death.
Yes.
Specifically, the undead that are being brought back by Lady Death are, by and large, at least so far as I have gleaned, not simple corpses given magic and animated form, but actual souls from Helheim being brought back and forced to do her bidding.
Indeed. I believe we have witnessed this on many occasions, and this is something that I have known to be the truth.
So, what confuses me is how precisely that comes to be. There is not only Hell, but also Garm, who guards the gates of Hell, and Hell herself, who should stand in the way of those that she is, I suppose, ruling over, or tending to in the afterlife, who should be preventing them being resurrected. As the mother of the sick and unchosen, such is her duty. Yet, these dead are being brought back inexplicably. Which means there must be another God's hand at play, or Hell's hand herself.
Indeed, I have wondered the same. Perhaps to stop her flow of undead soldiers, we need to plug Helheim.
That is what I was thinking as well. Such is why I wish to venture to Helheim's Gate to enter Helheim.
Well, our goals seem to be in parity. I am in agreement.
I'm glad to hear that.
So is like Helheim's Gate like a back door into Helheim, or
We don't actually know. Or I at least do not know. Such is why I wish to venture there to find out. It could simply be called that due to some historical precedence, or it could be that there's an actual gate there. Either way, if I can assist in ceasing this plight, being condemned to Helheim would be a price worth paying.
This is all confusing to all. Why would we want to go to a place of disgraced people and the sick and old?
to try to figure out how they are coming back out?
Precisely. Perhaps you do not wish to go there, but that is why I wish to go there.
Perhaps this Queen Death is the reason that these souls are coming back. Perhaps she's a powerful, what did you call them, Marcus?
Necromancer.
Yes, that one. Perhaps she is just powerful of them.
Powerful is not sufficient equivalent to a god. Is not a sufficient equivalent to a god. A god should still be able to prevent the souls that they lord over from being brought back. Even by a powerful necromancer.
What if she is doing this?
Doing what?
What if she is dead?
Hell,
What?
what if Queen Death is this
Well,
hell?
we talked about it earlier. The gods can die. What if hell is dead and she can't stop them from coming out?
Then Hell would have been dead far before her time. And there would likely have been some other untold consequences that arise as a part of that. If Hell were to die, that would be... I'm fairly certain that simply by virtue of a... Would I know that this undead invasion is basically just happening in this country? That it's basically not been going on elsewhere? It's just here because Queen Death is bringing them back?
To your knowledge, you know, there are other continents, but travel between them hasn't occurred in many, many decades, so it's
No,
mostly
sorry,
forgotten.
not continents, countries. Is this country the only one that's dealing with the undead that we know of on this continent?
Sort of. The southern area of the continent, which had a bunch of giant kin and stuff, dealt with the initial undead as well as what was the kingdom of Ebeltoft, and now it is focused there.
Okay.
The northern nations are not actively dealing with undead threats because they're more dealing with Viking type threats.
Okay.
Just normal raiding and pillaging.
Yeah. From my understanding of having been in Ebeltoft, I would say that if Hell were to die and these undead were to be coming to the surface, I dare say that we would be dealing with a lot more than we currently are. On top of that, there are countless rippling effects that could come of a god's death. The effect that it would have on other gods, Garm, Nidhogg, etc.
What if the gate is broken? What if we fix the gate?
Precisely, such is why I wish to go there.
What if Queen Death is holding the gate open?
And I believe that's all the more reason to go there. It's an entirely reasonable course of belief, but at the end of the day, the only thing that will answer our questions is our own eyes.
Wouldn't go to Helheim kind of be like suicidal?
Yes, that is why I say that I would be willing to do so. I do not expect the same of the rest of you.
Got it. You're going to go to the gate to commit suicide. Understood.
You know, the fastest way to Helheim is just to die.
Yes, but that will not give me the continued prowess that I need to...
I've heard stories of some dying and coming back.
He is old enough to remember.
Yeah.
It has happened before. Before Ragnarok.
I
Fimbulwinter.
see.
Ragnarok hasn't happened yet.
Sorry, before Fimbulwinter.
I see.
I like my excuse to break some like kind of fourth wall stuff.
Mm-hmm. It's great. I love playing time skipped characters. They don't know shit about recent history, but goddamn, they're fucking geniuses for the past.
That is something to consider then.
This is of no concern to me.
Are the
Will
undead of a concern to you?
This gate to Helheim, this why they are here. We can kill Queen Death, Perhaps that'll stop them. If not, then my assistance to Marcus has ended, and I will build a ship to leave.
Where will you leave to?
There's a faraway land I've heard the skulls of my land speak of green fields, great bountiful treasures of the land and riches. That is where I am going.
Yes, we're going to go and be rich and happy and fight great battles.
Yes, you and your brother will be gay very long time together after all of this, I am sure. Get it? Because, you know, happy.
Happy.
Yep.
Well, I can respect the desire to live a life of riches and the like.
But we must cross ocean.
Yes. But my thoughts ultimately circle back to there is every possibility that Queen Death is not the only perpetrator of this. And there is every possibility that if Queen Death, if you cut off the head of the Viper, then that's not the right thing. Hydras aren't in this mythos. Fuck.
You cut off the head of the snake and the body keep wiggles.
That's not the right thing. Hang on.
At least for about 5 minutes, and then it stops.
let me try that one again. If you don't cut off the right part, then the problem will persist.
Oh,
And
like
it's entirely-
troll.
Right, because they have
Yes,
that crazy
actually.
regeneration.
Yes.
We must burn Queen Death, is what you are saying.
I like where you go, Hole.
We will burn her.
And I pull out Alchemist Fire, and I was like, I got it covered.
Hey,
You're very
Marcus,
interesting.
do
very
you
interesting
know
lot.
what Queen Death really is? She's just some powerful necromancer, or what is she?
Are you asking me?
Or Rona's?
Okay. Your voice is so different from his, it like short-circuited my brain for about 15 seconds.
Yeah.
You're good.
It's fine. You get why I was confused, at least. Because I had a moment of like, ¿por qué?
It's random Roan NPC part.
I'm
one.
a dumbass, so
That's Rowan saying that.
So, does my character know the answer to that question?
roll death lore.
Oh, baby, baby!
You know what Skulldrogger is. See, she.
Oh, I know. I know what Skulldrugger is. She is
a powerful runic lich.
a powerful runic lich. She is.
That sounds.
Her body is
Powerful
encompassed.
runic lich. Sorry, I needed that for a second.
Her body is engraved with many powerful runic sigils that empower her, and her physical form has been destroyed many times, but she has another way to return back to the mortal realm.
Right, but had they tried killing her with fire?
Yes,
Hmm,
does not work.
Shucks.
that is trouble.
That's not good. It's not like Troll.
Nope.
She is not a troll. She is Skulldrugger.
It is. It is good to know the difference.
Get brains over here to roll something.
Roan, we're so unguided without you. Please come and play. We need your subtle nudging of suggestion.
We need an adult.
Unfortunately, Rogue
adult.
doesn't know anything.
Mm.
Yeah,
Well-
I don't know anything about them liches. It sounds terrifying, though.
Would I?
I cannot spell lich.
You can
I think it's
make
spelled with
a
a Y.
religion check,
Mm.
or
That makes sense.
if you have another skill that you believe is applicable, you can make a check.
Medicine. No. Religion. And I'll guidance myself for this one. One moment. Cast. There we go. Oh god, my skills, where are you? There you are. Add it to that, and... yeah. 25.
You don't know shit about them.
Damn.
It's a very niche
Okay.
subject.
Unfortunately, they are beyond my ken. I've only had more experience with, I suppose, some of the lesser undead.
What's the question that I
he's
can probably answer? What do you need the Pokédex to
I
say?
think it's what is a runic lich.
Do I know the answer to that? I feel like with a crit earlier, I should.
No, the information I provided is all you have. Is that she
So,
is a
another roll?
runic lich.
Another roll, God?
Sure. Let's see if you can crit again.
Hold on. So I have 3 hero points. I'm going to use 1, going down to 2.
Wait, I didn't even see your first roll.
Alright, that's the first one. Here's the second one. Alright, we'll keep the fucking 20, I guess.
Well, that's
So
close.
the way that hero points work is it's not like Calaver's Inspiration where you have to declare it ahead. If you declare a hero point, you take the hero point roll. It just you can do it after
you
you
do
roll.
it after the roll. Okay, I would have kept the 20 then.
Yeah, you don't know
I'm going to
shit.
give myself a hero point then.
You don't know shit about how runic liches work, how they come into existence, or anything.
How
like
the
that.
fuck they work?
Well, I believe it is time for us to continue toward our goal.
Yes, we should make haste as much as possible.
Okay.
When do
I
I
sh-
get expertise? Sorry, continue.
As you travel through the undead lands, the days and nights bring haunting and eerie atmosphere, befitting the domain of the undead armies in Skulldraugr. Certain parts of the landscape appear frozen in time, with skeletal trees, shriveled vegetation, serving as grim reminders for the once thriving life that now lies dormant. The lands seem to be perpetually cold and overcast, with pale gray sky casting and a muted light over the desolate terrain. The sun seems to struggle to pierce through the thick, ominous clouds, creating a dim, gloomy ambience. The wind bites through your skin with its chill, a constant reminder of the threat of the unknown lands and where you are away from civilization. As you continue to travel south, it just gets colder. The ground is covered in a layer of frost and thin patches of snow, which crunch as your sleds plow through them. Many of the plants begin to lose their color, turning to various darkened shades of gray and brown. Occasionally you see groups of undead, lifeless and motionless, as if they were dormant, just huddled together.
This is concerning.
The nights are not better. They get worse. As those on watch see the silhouettes of the undead occasionally patrolling their areas, though seemingly leaving you alone. You begin to see things in the midst of the night. You hear things, the rattling of bones, the growls of mindless hunger.
A sound all too common these days.
I do not like this. The more I am exposed to it, it does not make it easier.
The night is eerily silent besides those noises. Nature, the wildlife, seemingly have abandoned these parts of the woods. Occasionally howls of wolves or haunting cries of the undead break through the icy wind. You may see spirits or ghost-like figures flying through the woods of the night. You can't help but feel vulnerable the further south you travel. That you are getting closer and closer to danger.
It is too cold. We must hurry up for this. I am weary of our travels here.
Tingle has taken the sleeping roll that got chopped up and has nibbled a hole in the top of it and is wearing it like a poncho to try to stay warm. He just like
Let me see.
If anybody's on watches with Ulf, he like periodically curses, like just like weird shit. Like, it's got these frozen toes. This is cold.
It kind of looks over, but then she thinks back to the various other curses that she's heard from people that she's tended to. Some people more religious than her, and just thinks, yeah, that's on the later side of things.
I need someone to roll me a survival check to get you the direction that you are heading. Make sure you are staying on track.
Oh, are you not our tracker?
not Tingle.
Yeah, we're gonna do it.
Ulf, knowing how to read the stars, Even though the thick foliage of the forest rises above, the dead leaves have made enough of a gap for Oof to be confident in knowing the direction of where they're going.
We must continue this way. For now. In this frozen wasteland.
Onward. Onward.
You're gonna have to mute yourself, dude. Holy.
Dude,
Wait, what?
I almost spit up my Modelo.
Sorry, Kevin and I are talking about other things in the midst of in the middle of things. It's related, but it's anyways.
Keck, lol, they're so fucked.
TPK, my favorite.
Dog, just surrender now.
Who's gonna die first in this TPK?
Yeah.
It's not the
Normally-
first time I've TPK'd. Are
I'm
you guys
fucking
gonna ask me if I want to do
$6
West marches after this?
Oh,
Yeah. Guys, I'm starting a
Alright.
Pathfinder West Marches campaign. No. It's been almost 4 days. It is the morning of your 4th day since the battle with the undead. And you guys are preparing to travel out with your campfire set.
Oh
Yep.
shit! Right, rations.
Wolf is finally, like, I wouldn't say acclimated, but he's not as miserable as he was with the change.
allegedly.
So he is going to start doing his, like, normal, like, patrol ranging kind of stuff for the group. We're still in sleds, right?
Yes, you are.
Okay.
So I forgot.
So,
So,
like-
can actually just get us food, can't he?
How?
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't need to.
Well, there's no nature here, so
There's
Oh,
no
no.
nature we do. How many days of rations are
4.
we using? 4?
I would like to theater of the mind that my character just looks like an ice cube.
You guys noticed that very slowly over the next few days, Tingle's cheeks slowly get smaller and smaller.
But yeah, I'm going to try to look on the mornings before we leave, but I doubt I'm going to find really anything.
yeah, there for her part doesn't look much different.
Sounds like you found something to me. Every now and then, the blind squirrel finds a fucking nut.
True.
You find a stag missing one of its rear legs, as if
Oh.
it was torn off. It's
Hmm.
also missing one of its antlers.
Okay. Is it frozen? Or is it a recent kill? Or
Oh, it's alive.
is it still... Oh, it's still alive. Okay. Well, first things first. Wolf's gonna put it out of its misery by shooting it.
Which you successfully do. And approaching
Okay.
it, you notice it's very scarred. As if creatures were grasping onto it and dug deep into its flesh.
Looking it over, does any of it look like salvageable or edible, or is it like infected and gross?
There's a few pieces on its body which look to be heavily infected, but otherwise you do find salvageable pieces of meat.
Okay, yeah, I'll take whatever I can salvage off of it, and we'll hang that and Yeah, we'll just kind of let it dry out as we're traveling.
You know, I heard there's some weirdos to the north that like to take sheep's intestines and stuff it full of things and boil it.
I'm personally
And they like
offended by calling them weirdos. You. I appreciate the personal.
Well, there are no pigs around. This is only deer.
No, not pig, sheep.
Sheep? Whatever. There are none of those.
Sorry. I said Kevin something, so he had to take a break. He had to walk away. But finding yourself food,
after that one.
you guys get another. You get a substantial amount of food as long as you ration it correctly.
Okay.
I mean, it's as cold as it is outside. We could probably just let it sit on the outside of the vehicles.
Yes, it will be fine. We will cure it and ensure that it is edible for later. So what is really cool about this? I gotta find that feature again. Yeah, Forager. So on a crit success, I double the amount, right? So I can provide for myself and 4 others, so 5 total. But on a critical success, I can provide for 10.
2 days worth of food.
2 days, yeah, for everybody.
So I can put two rations back.
Yeah.
That's a wonderful kill you've got there.
I don't like that.
As you hear a soft feminine voice come over your shoulder, Wolf.
So am I, Caliente.
I look kind of startled. What? Who is this? Who are you?
And you turn around, and in the tree line, you see a feminine figure with a lot of war paint or dried blood across her, wearing some light furs. She reminds you of many of the women up farther north. Vikings. But her eyes glow with a green hue.
It is a good prize, especially for the land.
And she seems to be holding something.
What? Who are you?
I am Isabella.
Isabella. And what brings you out here? Are you also on a hunt?
Of sorts.
I don't like double entendres.
Am I alone when she approaches me? Is this during the kill, or have I brought
You're
it back to the
cleaning
camp?
it. You're cleaning it.
Okay. Alright. And you're of sorts. What are you hunting, sort of?
Wow. I was tracking you.
Specifically, or my group?
Your group.
Okay.
You
Why?
You all caused quite a commotion back at court.
At court?
But I have not been in trouble.
Yeah, Olaf so confused. He says, I have not been to the court.
I have
Court
a
is the area where we're
gift
entering.
from Her Majesty as she tosses the object that she's holding, and it's a head.
I
as it
catch
rolls through the
Or-
snow,
I pick it up to look at it.
and you see two very sharp fang-like teeth with its eyes rolled in the back of its head. It has a vague semblance to the creature you saw that disappeared in the night about 4 days ago.
I have seen one of these before.
Well, yes, this is a vampire's head.
You give this to me, why?
Because he's...
Fucking broke me. I was trying not to laugh the entire time, and that one got me. And this is for what exactly?
Because he should not have attacked you all that night. Even though his target was the soldiers, we do have very strict rules of engagement. And you're not a soldier.
No, I am a hunter. And a tracker.
I see. Tell me, what are you all doing in her queen's lands?
It finally dawns on Ulf what queen and who the majesty is. And she says, or Ulf says, we are traveling. I was unaware that we were so deep into the Queen's lands to get noticed.
Traveling through the lands controlled by the undead.
We have a guide.
That's very brave of you all. But
Perhaps.
But what purpose brings you traveling into such dangerous terrain?
Was this DM abuse? He picked the most autistic person to ask an honest question to.
He picked the only person who goes out by themselves.
We are looking for a lost item from someone in the city.
You're here to search for a lost trinket. It must be valuable then.
It is important to someone, yes.
Who is it important to?
I believe his name...
Yo, mama!
I believe that his name was... Astrid, perhaps?
Astrid is a woman's name.
Perhaps she was a woman?
Maybe
I
it
don't
was
recall.
under a name.
Tell me, young hunter, what do you think of Her Majesty?
I have not met Your Majesty. Or
Do you
Her
want to?
Majesty. Should I?
I think you should.
How many dragons do you know?
Is it a... Are we all going to meet her? Or do you just
My
want to meet...
friends come!
I think you all would be welcomed into her arms and embrace, and be given new homes under her rule.
Well, I don't want a new home.
Are you sure? The Aesir, Vanir, and Jotnar are going to destroy this realm come with Ragnarok, and only Skaldroga, Her Majesty, can save us all.
Actually, you are correct. You're right. I do want to leave. I do want a new home. But I don't want to live here. I want to live far away land where the grasses are green and the land is plenty and there is lots of treasure. Njord will send me there.
Take me down to the paradise city where the grass is green and the girls are pretty.
I was about to say,
Sorry, I
like,
had to.
during this, Ilya is just back at the snowmobiles with the rest of the party. Like, how long is he usually away for?
I mean, sometimes it depends, you know. Maybe he has to chase down the hunt that he's hunting. I mean, as long as he's back by like nighttime, probably
What are you
good.
looking at there? What is that on your wrist? There's nothing there.
It is an itch on my wrist.
Ah, I see. Oh, you've got quite a while to go until sundown, so... She just sits down and decides to wait.
I would
So
tell you
gets all of a sudden it's-
I
You
cannot
should have had
speak
like a very
for...
small sundial on your wrist.
No. It's a little tiny hourglass that I just like flip.
It's really fucked up when you run.
Yeah. I cannot speak to the rest of the group, but perhaps I will take you to them.
I'd be glad to be introduced to your
If you are-
companions.
You are a scout or hunter for the queen, then?
Of sorts.
So, then if you know that we came from the other place, then you have watched us for some time.
Would you like help carrying the carcass?
Yes, by all means.
How to pick up Aro or not Roan? What is your character's name again?
Ulf.
Yeah, this is Ulf's love story right here. This is the real one.
Sorry, Tingle.
And she picks up this large stag with one arm and just drapes it over her shoulder.
And she is strong.
This is... I was not expecting that. Well, I suppose I will lead us to camp. Are you alone?
I am. Well, I'm with you.
Well, besides me, are you by yourself until you met me? Did you come to me by yourself?
Of course.
Say it
Indeed.
four more ways before she answers.
So, you travel all this way? We're walking, by the way, we're walking and he's speaking. You travel all this way in this harsh land alone? On your feet?
If I have
not-
to.
You do not feel the cold?
No.
You do or you don't?
I don't. The cold doesn't bother me.
Has it ever
Okay,
bothered
awesome.
you?
As she says that, you're thinking in your little pea brain. You know, I think I've heard someone say that before. Who was that? It was that undead guy in our party. What was his name?
Yeah.
Swammy, Samsonite.
Yeah.
It did in a previous life. A long time ago.
I see. Well. I will show you to our camp.
And a few minutes later, this stranger and Ulf arrive as the party witnesses this woman with glowing green eyes carrying the corpse of a stag walking alongside Ulf into your camp as she drops the corpse to the ground.
Oh, who do you bring back to camp with you? You find someone out here?
Ilya
That-
kind of leans over to Ivar. How do we tell her we only have space for 3 in each of these?
She found me, and she's been watching us for some time.
Like she follow us?
Like, she knows where we came from. Oh, she gave me this! And he holds up the head of the vampire.
Ilya's going to immediately narrow her eyes at that because she knows that vampires aren't supposed to be able to be decapitated.
She gave me this. He's not supposed to attack us, but he did.
And how, pray tell, did you manage to arrive at having him like that?
Oh, that was easy.
Just don't lead him as much.
I told him his service was ended, and I was going to kill him, and I did so.
Ulf kind of like nods. That is.
Yeah, this makes total sense. Yeah, fine.
Can Tingle have head? Tingle would like to study.
You can have this. I don't want it. No offense to your gift.
Tingle fucking puts his hand at the jaw and kind of does one of these numbers.
Ilya would know that. Ilya would know what happened to vampires like that, right? Like what's supposed to happen to them when they are killed.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
Okay.
you have an idea.
Yeah. Aren't they supposed to turn to gas? Or turn to mist?
Like this, and then Tingle like passes it next to his head like this, and then like the head disappears because he's wearing the wig.
Okay, I'm laughing out of character. Ilya is very unamused. But no, Ilya's like dead serious, just continuing to look at this stranger.
Your friend here has told me so much about your travels.
Is that so?
Yes, I'm very impressed.
I did not ask your name. That was rude. What is your name?
I'm Isabella.
That is right. He told me this. I am so forgettable.
It just looks over like, really?
Isabella, everyone. And everyone, hello.
Yes, the cold can
I like
affect
how he's
one's
saying
mind.
hello for us in the statement. He's like, yes, this is Isabella. Hello. Okay, that's over. Thank you. Come again. What the fuck?
Elvis doesn't introduce people to anyone. He's never done this before.
I know, that's why it's so amusing.
This is his first time, huh?
Yep.
Pop that cherry.
This is first time Ulf ever brings girl home.
Yes, he told me that you're out here looking to recover a very valuable trinket to bring it back to someone.
Every time he does women, it's always so sexual and makes me uncomfortable.
I like it.
I know he's doing the sultry voice because it's easier to do that when you're not good at girl voices. Like that's my trick too. But still,
way easier than doing a higher pitched.
yeah.
You know, get up there in the throat.
I'm gonna kill you! Elbow bleeds blood!
Furby.
Well, we appreciate the gift. But why precisely have you been following us?
I'm here to invite you to join Her Majesty, to live your life in the protection of her realm, and be free from strife and war.
Like right now, I'm trying to not let my character hear this. I just don't. I don't want to be here.
Ilya's broken of furrows at that. Anything that sounds too good to be true probably is. So what exactly is the price for this? And why us?
Well, you're already in her lands. You're here, likely doing an errand for...
My character's taking a shit. My character's taking a shit.
He can't. He does it.
Since
You're-
Marcus learned how to take a shit.
That's character
It's
growth,
once in a
baby.
century thing. It takes a while.
Yeah.
It's just a really bad case of constipation.
Uh,
Yeah. It's mostly bones and lots of congealed blood. It's really disgusting.
the information you have on Her Majesty is likely flawed. She's
And what
not here
information?
to destroy the world, she's trying to save it and its people. You are not soldiers, you have taken no pledge to fight against her. So, go and live in one of her cities. I am here just to extend the invitation, let you witness what her rulership brings. The peace, the stability, the order. While the rest of this realm rots to pieces, as Ragnarok is upon us, the gods will destroy this realm, but Draugr can save it and the people who pledge themselves to her rule.
And would pledging oneself to her rule be anything like the ones that were those undead that were attacking the soldiers?
No. No. She does not
So
kill her
just-
subjects. The subjects that fall may rise to serve the living. She is a champion for freedom of oppression from the Aesir, Vanir, and Jotnar. The gods that have abandoned mortal kind.
I do not mean to nitpick, but the head that is in the rat's wig says very different about the fact that she not kill her own people.
I mean, don't you have to be alive to be considered people?
That was one of her lieutenants. Someone who was given strict orders and rules of engagement to only
think
engage
that would become
hostile
lieutenant.
forces. You were not hostile forces. She has
Oh.
strict punishments for those who disobey her. But being merely subjects, you would be living a peaceful life in one of her cities. You wouldn't be fighting the war. That is what the armies are for. But you are not soldiers. We are offering you a chance at a better life.
Then allow me to ask you this. We are offered a chance to be living in a peaceful place. A place that will be safe from the Vanir, the Aesir, and the Jotun come Ragnarok. However, if we disobey her, we will likely have our head gifted to her enemies. Or if we do not follow strict rules of engagement, which we ourselves have no idea how strict they are,
But that's it.
we will
All
also
I'm
be-
asking is come visit the city. Lay down your arms if you choose to stay. You'll be provided a home, food. And I'm not talking about this, as she gestures to the corpse of the stag that's missing appendages.
Ulf
I'm
is very
talking-
good cook.
I'm talking about fresh bread, fruits, vegetables. We have cattle. We have other means to produce food for the people. They are well taken care of. The living do not have to fight. They do not have any strife or worries. They exist in the safety of her realm.
Y'all motherfuckers need Talos.
so long as we do not disobey her.
So long as you do not rebel against her. She is more strict for the people who actively serve and enforce her wishes, rather than
And if we
they're
desire
just the
to-
subjects.
And let us say that, for example, we decided to come and visit this place that you believe is a good place for us to settle or whatnot, or to visit one of the cities, then we decide that no, we would not like to join. What becomes of us then?
You will be free to leave, but you will no longer be provided protection.
Ilya's gonna make a sense motive. Is that alright?
Okay.
Alright.
While he's doing like the butchering and all this is talking, he kind of like gestures up like with the knife or whatever, and he says, "It is confusing that we came through without being harassed by the shambling dead, but now it kind of makes sense if it were protection from the queen."
She
Oh,
has
Fismo has
no
been invited.
reason to kill people that she's trying to save. The soldiers actively fight against her, so she must eliminate them as a threat. She merely wants to spread her message to the rest of this realm. But its rulers do not allow her to do so. They send false messages of destruction and enslavement, and that is not the case.
Tinkle's literally gonna look around and be like, "Where is Marcus at? Doesn't he not like this?"
What is the it says the GM attempts a single secret perception check for you.
Oh, just do a blind GM roll then.
Alright. Perception, blind GM roll, and I don't think I can guidance this, can I?
If you want to, I mean, you're actively trying to sense the motive. It's not like
Yeah.
this is more passive. It's like you are truly trying to say, does this make sense?
It's more so a thing of like, would she react poorly to a spell being cast right in front of her?
If it has verbal, semantic, material components, then
Yeah, it's a verbal component spell.
yeah, then she's likely going to understand that you cast a spell.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll go without it. You can't hero point a blind GM roll, can you?
I mean, if you want, but you only take the second roll.
That's fair.
You would have to say, like, if this is bad, can I re-roll it?
If this is
I don't know.
bad, can I reroll
Yeah,
it?
but you can't tell if it's bad or not
Yeah, exactly.
because
I
it's
feel like that's up to the GM.
on a
but-
scale of 1 to 20.
How
Should
did
I
I roll?
reroll?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I feel like him being like, would I re-roll this if I saw it? I don't know. Like, it feels like that's kind of against the spirit of the hero
The
point.
secret
That's
goal.
my opinion, man.
That's entirely fair. It's up to Tercept.
You feel like she believes what she is saying.
You rolled a 20.
Okay.
You don't find her necessarily trying to lie to you. That's your perception of it.
Okay.
I mean, you're over here scrounging for food from wounded animals. I can offer you a peaceful life.
God, she gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Ulf has a question. If I wanted to raid and I want to take things from other people, is this allowed?
Not from other
You're a
people
cop, you have
outside
to
of her
tell us.
dominion.
Not if not?
Not from other people of her not from her other subjects.
But I could still raid, say, surrounding territories that are not her subjects. I could take
Yes,
from them.
if you want to offer your services to her legions, you may do so. And you will join her forces.
I wish to raid to benefit myself. I don't want to be a soldier per se.
Her Majesty is very willing to negotiate to make sure that her subjects are happy.
I see.
What if, let's say, a certain specific person was really out to get you as an individual, and he always liked to make trouble for you? Would it be wrong for me to report him, and would he be dealt with if he was being to say he didn't like rat people because they were rat people?
Anyone acting against Skaldroga or her subjects will be dealt with.
I don't know, guys. Sounds pretty good to me.
Ilya does seem deep in thought about this for a variety of different reasons.
See, I'm letting this happen because I don't want to like ruin it because I already know my character to be like, kill him, son of a bitch. So I'm trying not to be there right now.
That's fair.
You can continue your travels and whatever adventures lie ahead for you. Or you come home to her. And you live out the rest of your life until you die of old age.
Oh, Tingle has one more question. Is the cities, are they warm underneath?
We have ample heat to keep your living bodies warm.
Ugh. You meat sack.
Okay, only question.
Oh, that's your only one. That's the only one that matters. Is it warm there? I don't like to be too cold.
Tingle does not like to be cold, and he does not like to be wet. And I'm just saying, it's snowing, so therefore Tingle's wet.
What about all of his brothers and sisters?
I don't know if they would like to be wet. That's a DM
No.
question.
No, bring the family
There
along.
are some that no, we cannot speak for. At least one. I'm going
Like
to go
I was
find him.
saying, where's Marcus at?
Ilya's going to leave in search of Marcus.
I'm very uncomfortable with all of this. All right, I suppose you can find me
Mm-hmm.
taking a shit.
I feel like he's just like deep in horse stance. Just like
It's just like a it's like a calcified ball, right?
Oh my god!
It's like bone growth that he has to like physically remove from him.
expel.
Ilya just kind of looks at you for
I'm
a
doing
moment.
my monthly preparations, guys.
Just, should I come back another time?
No, I was just finishing.
I should just
As you're just hearing like ghastly cracking noises.
Ilya just stands there stunned for a few seconds and then just looks up to the sky. Okay, maybe I should accept.
What did you want to talk about?
I don't even know if I want to talk about it now. There's someone here called Isabella who was very obviously under the influence or guidance of Queen Death.
Did she put up a fight?
No, she's here to invite us.
If my face could get any paler, it would have. Even though the skin is just kind of loose skin on a bony face, you could still see the scowl.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll just make two fists and start walking towards the camp.
Yes, fight.
Well, that Marcus goes. This is, I suppose, a thing to intercept. Are there rules that you have for praying to a deity?
Like if you're just trying to pray to a deity for intervention or something?
No, not for intervention, just for like a response like, hey, I know how I feel about this, what vibes do you get?
I have things in my head. It depends on what you as a player end up doing, right?
I want to make a prayer to hell after Marcos leaves.
Okay. Well, how are you gonna pray to hell?
Ilya has some ideas. Her hands are quite numb from the cold, but they're actually fairly always quite numb. And
Oh,
okay, she kind of just settles down into the cold snow with her hands together, fingers interlaced, but not upwards as though she is in prayer, more so just downwards, as though rather than pointing up towards the heavens, it's down towards the underworld. And she closes her eyes and says, Mother of the sick and unchosen, one who serves, one that we oppose, one who brings spirits from your realm, who we know not of the affiliation with you, seeks to provide us solace and comfort. None ask to be born in this world. None ask to be resurrected. And hardly any of the dead that exist as they do now have asked to be the way that they are either. Am I wrong in believing so? Is this by your will? If we intend to discover what your will is, should we accept?
You sit there quietly. You feel the chill breeze hit your flesh. The sound of the wind and the branches rumbling, colliding with each other. Snow falling down, melting on contact to your skin. You get no reply.
She gets up to her feet and we'll walk back after Marcos.
you hear off in the distance. I hear you're a agent of Lady Death.
Yeah, basically.
I am a servant of Her Majesty, Skaldroger, Queen of this realm.
And you lot just listened?
I listened. I wanted to see what you had to say.
I think you already know what I have to say.
I mean, she kind of ripped the head off of a vampire. Tingle knows that he can't rip the head off of a vampire.
She also said that that's what they do to people who are insubordinate, which does not seem like a place for us.
Yeah. Let me ask you this, fellow demon. God, now I'm going full fucking paladin. Do you sense anything different of me, the rest of this lot?
Yes.
Then you already know what I am worthy of.
You would be a very capable fighter in her legions.
But I've already left. Is that not insubordination? I see how you're trying not to get us TPK'd here, and I appreciate that.
For someone of your stature, I doubt you so much willingly left because you wanted to from the beginning, but you grew in strength and became lost. I can help you find your way again.
Guys, you already know my answer is here, and I feel like I'm put in a really difficult position because I don't want to force this.
Ulf already said he doesn't want to go, but he's just asking the question.
Because,
I
like,
think Ivar's made it pretty clear he doesn't want to go.
yeah, like to my like I don't like making decisions for the party.
Yeah.
And, like, to my character, it's just fight this bitch and die because that's what's gonna happen to us.
As
Tingle-
Ilya approaches, sorry.
Go ahead.
As Ilya approaches, she is going to try to gauge how much of a chance we actually stand against this woman.
I mean, you did see her carry a full-grown stag with one hand on her shoulder and just
And
casually
that's a
lift it
testament
up and put it down.
Yeah, that's a testament to strength.
Her eyes are glowing green
Raw
as
strength.
well.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
covered in some sort of war paint or dried blood. Her eyes are glowing green.
It's blood.
She doesn't seem to be bothered by the cold, considering she's wearing very light furs.
Mm-hmm. It's all circumstantial, though, you know?
And she seems
Yeah,
very
of course.
confident.
Sounds like she got the stance of a bad bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Ilya will make her way up and stand next to Marcus.
And Tingle has an issue escaping from the town guard, let alone a vampire. So,
Is
Can I
this
attempt to recall knowledge out of combat?
sure?
Okay. What check am I making?
You tell me. You're the one who's trying to recall knowledge. What are you trying to recall?
She seems undead. I'm going to try to recall knowledge about her capabilities. I guess a religion check?
Okay.
Alright. Is that to GM or?
Yeah.
I don't know how recall knowledge
Just-
is. Okay.
Just letting you know, for recall knowledge,
Yeah.
religion typically is the harder check. Lore checks,
Ooh.
the applicable lore checks are easier,
Oh,
you have
lore. Okay.
but you have to know what lore to use.
Gotcha. Okay. I will use underworld lore because of undead, I guess. Is that Blaine GM or?
Yeah.
Cool.
You're not able to gauge. You know she's some form of intelligent, but you're not entirely positive if she is undead or if she is just a bad bitch.
Tommy mommy.
I'm willing to escort you all to the city.
Well, we would hate to burden you with such things. We will find our way out there.
I mean, it can't be too dangerous for us, right? If we are only just traveling.
Protecting the subjects of Skaldroger is never a burden.
We do not need protection. I think we made that clear last night.
She looks
Okay,
at you
several times.
and she gives you an open teeth smile as you see two large protruding fangs in that smile.
Mila squints at the fangs.
What you fought were peons, the grunts of the workforce.
Yes, but I barely broke sweat.
I think by and large what we're trying to say here, that you seem to not be taking for the roundabout method, that I will put into formal words. We wholeheartedly decline.
Her smile halfway fades as she looks towards you, cocks her head a little bit. And I thought someone of your nature would be more interested.
Of your nature?
Interested is certainly a word I would use. But to be the subjects of one for whom I know not the true intentions of, and only the words relayed through a lieutenant, I suppose.
I
This hurts me to
suppose
say.
you are all not just yet ready. Go, subjects of Skaldroger. Travel in peace, and I hope you do come to the realization that a fight against Her Majesty is utterly hopeless, and only she can provide the real salvation that all mortals need. And then she turns into a wolf and runs off into the woods.
Ilya is going to instinctively step in front of Marcus to try and prevent him from going after her.
Did she call us the subjects?
She did.
Yes, anybody
Indeed.
subjects. I think we are past that, right?
We are not. We did not agree to this.
We just got away from one Jarl. Why would we want to go to another?
I don't want to.
She believes that we will change our mind. That is what she is getting at.
She
Well-
is very stupid.
If this still provides the protections from the Wandering Dead at night, we could use it to our advantage until we get what we are looking for.
Perhaps so. But for the moment, I believe it's best if we...
But they are
Listen.
watching us, just so you're aware. They knew where we were the entire time. They followed us.
With a vampire going to speak to us personally with the head of another vampire, I am not surprised.
This is.
I can't believe we even let her in the camp.
I did not know what she was until she got here.
I'm not mad at you.
Ulf, you do need to start questioning things when you meet people. This is not the first time you've gotten us into this type of a thing.
You see, this is uncharted lands for me. This is new place. This is new people, and they knew where we were anyway. So to
Yes.
tell them you cannot follow me, they will show up when we don't want them to be there.
Snowmobiles. Let's get them moving. We can argue more on the way.
Okay.
Based on our current position, Ulf, I would say that treat anything as if enemy. As well,
Oh, are you
on
sure you
this-
want to tell him that?
Oh God. Do not treat anything as if they are your enemy. Only the things with glowing eyes and the sharp fangs.
Yeah.
I mean, but I think she had both.
Understand this.
You're looking at him stops. Thinks about the fact that she has that somewhat glowing eyes and sharp teeth. Okay, apart from me as well.
Okay, so that is too many. That is too many exceptions to say all of them and then say, but not this one and not that one, and then what changes later.
If it is not part of the party, you assume that they are not friends.
Oh, I did not mistake her for friend. She just knew where we were anyway. I thought it would be reasonable for me to be accompanying her to the camp versus her come and the night while we are sleeping.
Personally, I believe it was better that you came to us either way, so that you do not have to potentially deal with her alone.
Indeed.
That was not a fight you would win. And quite frankly, I don't believe it was a fight we would win anyway.
But she is a hunter for this queen.
A recruiter.
But yes, I understand what you're saying, Ivor, and if it were any other circumstance other than this light-robed person walking to find me that says she knows where we were, I would not have led them to camp.
Is Ivar
I would-
slaughtering pigs?
Hmm?
Oof was talking to you.
As I said, going forward, I think we need to think about these things. Especially bringing somebody in while we are all unprepared. It's not ideal.
Then I will come up with a form of communication to tell you if I am bringing someone.
That would be better.
I could do this thing.
You could give like a bird whistle.
I could do this.
Ilya's just going back to the snowmobiles at this point.
I love that, like, our banter as players is something that is, like, not really something that's your thing, and that's totally fine. I just think it's hilarious.
No, it's
Because it comes through in your character's like, alright, I'm fucking done with this scene now, and we're just still going like,
But wait, we have to have a 30-minute conversation after this.
Don't get me
needs to
wrong,
be-
like,
There needs
I
to be
love the
snide
banter.
remarks and people need to be made fun of.
Nah, like, don't get me wrong.
I forgot my introduction.
I love the banter and whatnot. It's just a matter of I also feel like at some point we should still like, keep moving. I guess it's I don't know. I think it's just the DM in me.
Oh, I know that's what it is. I just find it fucking amusing.
That's fair.
Okay. I will be sure to warn you if I am bringing someone to camp again.
This is good.
Let us continue to find what we are looking for.
You all travel through the day. As the snow flurries finally give up, but the cloudy, overcast, gray skies remain. Where the sun is filtered through the thick coverage in the sky.
I spy with my little eye something gray.
Is it a tree?
Ah! You got it.
Yes, I knew this.
Ilya's just kind of like silently glad no one brought up the of someone of your nature thing. She's just not saying anything about it, just like, okay, that's good.
What has 4 legs but can't walk?
What?
A table.
Ah, that is true. Tables do not walk.
If it did, it'd be bad.
I don't trust the walking table. No way. Okay, so, please remind me exactly, precisely what we are trying to find. I did not want to tell, but mostly did not remember.
Ilya just looks at Arwen Rowan.
That's cheating.
Look, we all know he would be the person that remembers.
That is a fair statement. I was thinking about through that entire encounter with that lady, by the way, was the fact that I'm like, man, would this be a completely different conversation if Tim was here?
Yeah. Unfortunately, he just seems a little out of it. Something like food poisoning, he just doesn't want to speak.
That's fair.
Oh, it must
Fair.
have been that deer. I told you something wasn't quite right.
It was not the deer. The deer was fine. I cut off all of the bad parts, and I made sure that this was good. We are fine with that. It is perhaps the bad sleep on the road.
Never got bad stomach on bad sleep.
You haven't? Have you ever been on ship?
No, Tingle does not lack water. We have talked about this.
That
many
is a lie,
times.
Tingle, and I know it is because I saw you on ship. That was a trick.
You have been
but-
on ship.
Right,
You've been on
but
ship with
that
me.
That doesn't mean that Tingle like being on the ship.
Listen to me, lying rat.
That's one of the shirt ideas. Okay.
Listen to me, lion rat.
All right.
I know one of you fuckers took notes. I was too drunk when we got this.
I don't take notes. You should know that by now.
I took notes for the first 3 sessions. I have to take more notes.
Damn, man, all too fuck.
The way I see it, if I don't remember, my character doesn't remember. So
I have notes. I just didn't save them, I guess. It's just, I'm like staring at them like, the last thing I have written here is lots of places have been conquered as a result, and that's it. I don't have anything else. I'm just like,
to be
what
fair,
were you looking for?
Tingle wasn't there during the conversation that was initially taking
That's
place.
entirely fair.
So
That's why
I
I'm
need to search
not
my
watching.
memory.
That's why I'm totally not watching the VOD right now to try and remember.
Yeah, of course not.
what?
What's a memory check?
Probably history, right?
Recall knowledge about 2 sessions ago.
Special recall knowledge check.
Oh,
Well, there's
There's
no
an history,
Yeah,
isn't there? Yeah.
there'd be so used to 5e where
yeah. So,
you had
all right, I'll look
history
up
society.
recall knowledge.
Occultism.
Recall knowledge.
Oh, let me see.
Would it be society?
Yeah,
Or-
society is typically the history check.
But for this particular item, lore, crafting. That's not a lore skill that I would care about.
Society would probably be the closest.
Alright, let's do it. Nope. Ulf is just as forgetful as me.
Ulf must have been deep in the mug.
It was not relevant to Ulf at the time. He was too busy worried about the machinery of the vehicles or something.
Alright. Ulf, you're saying you actually forgot why we're out here in the woods.
I know we are looking for something. I just don't remember what we are looking for specifically. If I would have seen it while I was out in the woods, I would not have been able to pick it up and bring it to you.
And Ivar, you forgotten too?
I barely listened, to be honest with you.
So you agreed to something that you didn't fully understand.
I agreed to a lot of things I didn't fully understand.
Okay, point taken. And then, Marcus, you also don't remember why we're out here? Is he dealing with his bone constipation again? Hey, Marcus! You're out here to find a forward operating
That's right.
camp run
Yeah,
by
the dragoons, but
run by the dragoons.
there was an item. There was an item, though.
To recover the rune stone of Arndal.
That's specifically what I was trying not to tell was the runestone thing. So I'm glad I couldn't remember.
Yes, the Rune King of Aradhall.
Rat King?
I made a Lord of the Rings joke, sorry. God. Tim would have laughed. He would have got it.
Well, I can no longer trust the rats, so.
But Paul, I don't know if you're muted or you're just choosing not to speak.
Did you go sleep again?
I mean, he just rolled the society check. Oh,
Oh, there we go.
Discord's probably being fucky.
His Discord's always fucky.
Yeah, he's been on a roll lately with that.
Oh, poor Paul.
Alright, guys, we're switching back to using Skype.
no kidding. Had to
TeamSpeak?
No, we had to switch to
Is
voice
it working
chat.
now?
Yeah.
Oh,
now it's
yeah,
working.
there we go.
Ventrilo?
Oh, I've been talking the whole time. I was wondering why you guys were talking over me every time I talked. God damn.
We haven't been
You
on
weren't
there.
talking.
My whole thing was, I was like, man, for a session that the player wasn't even at, my character remembered that shit.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't at that session for whatever reason. And, yeah, I had no fucking idea. I was like, I'll just do a society check. Fuck it. Because he asked me.
Well, Marcus was in the room, so it would make
Marcus
sense.
was in the room. The player was not. And,
Paul
Yeah.
was not.
yeah.
Because I remember we were looking for
I came in late. We were like fighting a bunch of shit, and I never found out. And then when no one remembered what was going on, I'm like, okay, that's a thing.
Because I remember the camp, but I did not remember the runestone specifically.
Yeah, I remember the
I'm vice
dragoons.
versa. I remember the runestone, but I remember there was somewhere we were specifically going, and
Yeah, I remember the dragoons part. That's all I remembered.
So while we're traveling, Ulf is going to bring that up and say, it is probably not a good idea for us to go directly to them. Do we have a way to contact the people at this place we are going? Because we will lead them.
We do not want to contact the people at the place we are going.
But if we go there, we'll take this Isabella directly to them. She's still following us.
Yes, but the people we are going after are the bad guys. Her people. The dragoons are not on our side.
What?
The Dragoons are undead special forces, not us.
Oh, I thought they were.
No, they're not our
fucking
friends.
Abeltoft special forces.
No, they are not our friends.
Okay.
I mean, but your character probably would think they are, so you should just keep going with that, buddy.
Yeah.
What do you mean they are not our friend?
Dragoons are friend, not food. Well, I mean, should we try to do something to maybe throw her off our trail?
There's not going to be anything that we can do to get her off our trail, unfortunately.
Perhaps she will have lost interest when we did not want to join.
No, they're still following us.
I believe it's best if we find other things to do.
So is no one else going to talk about the fact that she was saying something about your nature? What does that mean? What nature was she talking about?
We're in nature right now.
No.
Not much
She's
of nature.
specifically, I recall her specifically looking at you and saying something about your nature.
Did she?
Indeed.
I must have missed that part.
What does that what does that mean?
That means I wasn't paying attention.
No shit.
I'll make a deception check if I have to.
At disadvantage.
Sure, I'll do a disadvantage. Why the fuck not?
By the way, when somebody says something, that's not the argument.
I don't know how this is any more obvious. She's like looking up and like up in the corners, not making on contact. Like, what a lovely day! I don't know what you're talking about. I don't really want to discuss this.
I must have missed that. Okay, but you can still answer it. If just because you didn't hear her say it doesn't mean you can't answer what the fuck she meant.
So how far are we, Ulf?
Well, we'll be closer in a moment, so fill the time by answering their question while I figure it out.
I mean, technically, as long as we keep driving, we're getting closer. So
as long as I continue to stall, I'll eventually not have to answer this question. Good to know.
I mean,
What
it's
question?
fine.
Exactly. What a question.
Are we still on track?
You believe so?
Perfect.
I like making characters squirm. I get off on it. It's just the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather me lie?
Absolutely not. I'm doing that. You know how good I am at that.
Okay, we are still on the right path. We'll be there sometime.
I can go back to the map, but let me check.
I mean, how bad can it be? Ilya, we have Marcus, who is undead. We have a rat man.
Why do you use Marcus and Tingle as though they are a lower rung of some kind?
No, they are just
the rat
the
man
most
is-
different.
you know, I have a question for you, Marcus.
Mm-hmm.
How does it feel when you can't smile or can't be sad?
Well, just because you can't see me smile doesn't mean that I'm not.
Right, but you can't show people that you are being happy or being sad. It is
Well,
like trying
how
to
many-
It's like you're trying to communicate emotion through letters.
Let me ask you a different question. How many monks have you seen smile?
I've not seen any monks beside you.
I mean, if a monk was happy, then why would he not smile?
Let me ask you both a different question. Why has she still not answered the question?
She's trying to hide some information from
Well-
us about herself.
Obviously.
She doesn't trust us.
It is not because I do not trust you, it is because I am not proud of it. There.
Well, Tingle does many things he's not proud of.
Being
you ever
part of
met
this
some-
party may be one of them.
I mean, I told RONE Roan about the Rat King festival, and you know, ugh.
Yeah, don't ask
Exactly.
him about
You
the
s-
Rat
you-
King
you-
festival.
You see how Ulf acted about that? It is bad.
It's not good. It is bad.
Do you think you could tell me about the Rat King Festival a little
I
bit?
already told you about
do
the
not
Rat
tell
King
me.
festival,
I
Marcus.
know, but I feel like I don't do it justice, and I do
mean,
really
Please,
feel.
just imagine
don't tell it
an
again.
entire
Please don't
sewer
tell it
of rat
again.
orgy.
Disgusting.
I'm sorry, did you say a rat orgy?
Rat
I'm going to
person
sleep.
orgy.
I'm going away.
When I'm doing the fucking Elliot Siegel laugh, you know it's funny.
For what?
Hey, Diane. Okay. Diane, go ahead and go to the next story, please. If anybody's ever listened to Elliot in the morning, I feel like that's a decent enough interpretation.
Yeah.
I've listened to quite a bit of him.
It is one thing to not want to speak of things that you do that you are not proud of. It is another thing to not be proud of your heritage and yet be forced to live with it all the same.
Oh, like
Well,
I
I'm not
don't know
proud of
anything about
that
it at
either.
all. I certainly don't know anything about that.
Hmm. Ilya seems to just be contemplating whether or not she should just say it. So
How did we get here? What have we done?
yeah, basically. And she'll eventually just let out a sigh. One of my parents is a vampire, one of them is not. I don't know which, because I was abandoned at birth. I'm not a Dhampir. I'm a failure of one. If I was a Dhampir, I would likely have been kept.
Wait
However,
a second.
all the same, she brings the hand up and just like lifts it up, and you can see that her hand is just. It doesn't look any different from the cold. Her complexion hasn't changed much from the cold at all. That her body is still, it's not shivering. All the same, I am numb.
Right, so you can like feel things, but you're not like undead like Marcus.
No.
So I have some follow-up questions. Is that why you like working around the wounded? Is it like a feeding thing? I'm not, accusing you, but I'm. If you're a cop, you have to tell us.
I'm. What? I just said I am not a Dhampir. If I was one, I would likely have been kept, not abandoned.
Do you have the thirst?
No.
Right, but I have questions about the logistics of things.
You
Like,
can ask about
is-
the logistics.
I mean,
I don't know anything.
if your
about
mom was a vampire, then that means she had little shriveled egg.
it. Thank you for the disgusting visualization.
But on the other hand, if your dad was vampire, then it'd be like Dust Patrol.
I'm so glad that Ulf was gone for this whole thing. He would also be asking questions.
Can we fucking go back and have Ulf here, please? I need him in this.
Okay, I will say that I genuinely thought that Ulf was here.
I
I mean-
feel like
Ilya did say she waited a while before bringing it back up.
Yes.
So Ulf is
Oh, okay,
likely
okay,
here.
okay. Then, yeah, then yes,
So-
Ulf is definitely Once the Rat King thing started talking about, Ulf left.
Okay.
But once that was over, he came back.
Okay, then you would have heard that. Ilya
Okay.
just kind of like at hearing the dust patrol thing, she just tilts her head with the most what the fuck expression you've ever seen her have.
I mean, you know how normal mammals of sorts reproduce, right?
I gotta
Okay.
mute my mic for a second.
Tingle, do you know of that we live in a wonderful, mystical world wherein a very special thing exists called magic?
I am familiar with
Tingle
these magic.
understands that we live in a world of magic, but some
Magic-
things are like what's like. Tingle had a very bad thought.
We've already got the shirt, but I would also order more.
This is it's very bad.
There is a lot of magic in this world that I myself do not understand. Magic is... Sorry, the Dust Patrol comment just...
My follow-up thought was even... My follow-up thought
No,
was
we get
even
it.
worse.
Just you have to share it. You have to share it now.
My
If you're a copyist.
follow-up thought
just
was...
say it. Just say
My
what's on your
follow-up
mind.
thought was... Is that necrophilia?
Yes, it is necrophilia. That is quite literally by the definition of the term. I am born of necrophilia. Yes, congratulations. You learned one of the many reasons why I am disappointed and ashamed of my heritage.
We cannot help who birthed us and how we
No.
were born.
We really can't, and that is why I am so insistent on that fact.
I mean,
All that
Tingle
matters is
never
what we do and
judges.
who we are.
The reason I like to spend time around the wounded is because people who sign up to be soldiers often are trying to fight for something that they believe in, and a lot of them are fighting to have something to believe in. I am there for them more than I am for anyone else. Because a lot of people that sign up to be soldiers are orphans and have nothing else to give them purpose in life. So I do my best to make sure that at the very least, they can live to see the next day. And Tingle, no, I don't know the logistics of it. I don't know how it actually worked. Like I said, I was abandoned at birth.
Tingle will come over, put his hand on your knee, and says, Tingle think you are a good person, even if you are a necro baby.
Thank you.
Also, next shirt.
Dust Patrol.
What's the word
That's
for
our-
word for it?
That's our group name, right? Dust Patrol.
No, I
Dust
think it's
Patrol.
Necro
Word for-
Baby. That's
The,
definitely my first band's name for sure.
Necro Baby.
Yeah.
Necro baby.
there you go. That's the
We
word
are
for word.
Necro Baby. Bow, 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 bow.
That was the word for word of it.
Okay, well,
Welcome to our group, by the way.
it is.
I don't think I have been in many groups. I've been playing D&D for the past 10 years. I don't think I've ever once been in a situation where I think I could have concocted the words together in this context. Dust Patrol. that is 100% certifiably a new one.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
So this.
Alex, you're a wonderful person.
I try so hard.
and got so far.
But in the end,
I'm just a necro baby.
Great. This is wonderful.
All right, let's continue our journey.
all in all, I don't know how much of me is vampire, how much of me is human, but positive magic affects me normally. Negative damage affects me like it would Ulf, I think.
I mean, if you don't feel cold, do you at least feel pain?
Ilya brings up her hand, punches it. I'm a weakling, I don't actually know.
Oh, it is, well, perhaps one day in battle you will find your pain. And you will know
Tinkle
if you
looks
are
at
alive
Ivar.
or not.
Ivar, punch me in the jaw.
You do not want that.
Come on, hit me. I want you to hit me. Come on.
Okay.
I mean,
No,
you can
it's-
just punch her in the hands.
It is. We can.
Okay,
we
Marcos,
can find
punch
this.
me in the hand.
Oh, I got you. Hold on. It's a good punch.
Ilya gets punched, and it evidently impacted. It evidently, like, made her arm recoil a bit, but she just kind of looks at it.
So no pain.
I mean, I know that I'm damaged, but pain?
I mean, pain. Good example is like when you stub toe and you go ah.
I've done that a few times. I don't think I've ever reacted like that.
See,
Stub toe is
no
worse.
pain.
I'd
So-
rather have axe in chest than stub toe.
You know, my dad used to say that when a man stub his toe, it is the worst pain, like woman give birth.
You know, I actually just am in pain all the time now.
If
Like,
I ever give birth,
every
I will tell
waking
you
moment.
how wrong you are.
Right, but Marcus, we can't see that because you don't show it on your face.
Yes, you've said this before. Thanks for
Ilya brings,
reminding me.
Ilya brings her hand up and, like, parts off this mask. Okay, try showing it now. As you just see the skull underneath. No, nothing.
Okay,
Okay.
this. All right. Okay. I've had enough of the bonding. It is time for me to leave.
This has been
Ulf?
more interrogation than burning. Than
Ulf is starting to miss days where he was in normal with other Vikings.
Yes, I want to.
And we
I,
just
wa-
raid things.
I do not like this.
Didn't you say that Ulf had follow-up questions?
Not anymore. do not have any more interest in this.
That I believe.
All right.
As your fourth day of travel progresses successfully,
Yes.
nightfall begins to occur as you all set up camp and watch orders.
Ulf is first.
Ilya's last.
Tingle is somewhere in the middle.
He always is.
True.
Typically when you least expect him.
Ugh.
Right. So who else is in the middle? Ulf.
I'm first.
Oh, you're first.
He's
Okay.
kind of like 7-Eleven. He's not always doing business, but he's always open.
Okay. How about Ulf, Ivar, Tingle, Ilya? Oh, my cam is mirrored.
Oh, Marcus
Ulf,
doesn't ever
Ivar.
have to sleep, so
Yeah. So he's just
Well,
always up.
he has to put himself in a
4
conscious
hours.
state.
yeah.
Yeah, which is literally just me standing still like a zombie, like facing something very cold. It's very eerie.
It's 1,000-yard stare for like 8 hours or whatever.
Mannequin mode.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes you guys very uncomfortable. It makes me uncomfortable.
I need everybody to make a willpower saving throw. Or the
Even
willpower,
me?
including you.
Okay.
Just roll it or
Yep, just roll it.
okay.
Ooh, baby face. What's a baby face? Baby face is 15.
I'm gonna hero point that since I have one. Wow.
Mm.
We go again. Can I do that again? Can I hero point twice?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to burn your hero points, I'm not going to complain.
Yeah. And just get the heebie-jeebies. 25. Now I no longer have heebie-jeebies.
Everybody in the party, excluding Marcus, suddenly feels extremely sleepy. Everyone's exhausted, and just in a moment's time, even those on watch, you suddenly feel the urge to sit down and then lay down as everyone falls asleep. Marcus, your eyes roll back, and you start to see the same vision that you've seen multiple times before, which is of your early days after your transition to being a member of the undead, where you are walking in a vastless wasteland surrounded by other undead, and you are just walking endlessly.
Does anybody remember that scene from that they made fun of Passion of the Christ in South Park? And they were doing the scene where he's like, "Let me know!" It's that sound effect. If anybody can remember that. If not, don't worry about it. Sorry.
The rest of the
don't.
party, as you guys slumber, all share a very similar dream. And in this dream, you see one another as you're all next to each other, and it seems as if it is reality. The entire party ventures through a very deep set of haunted crypts and catacombs. You guys are nearly voiceless, unable to speak, but you see each other's movements, and in a dream it seems only normal. However, very eerie and creepy. As the party finds themselves in a chamber shrouded in eerie darkness, the air is heavy with a scent of decay, and the walls are adorned with macabre symbols. In the center of the room stands an ancient stone pedestal, atop which rests a mysterious glowing orb. As the party approaches the orb, a haunting voice echoes through the chamber, beckoning you to touch it. Everyone feels a strange compulsion pulling you towards the object, and despite your instincts warning you otherwise, the entire party reaches out and makes contact with the pulsating surface of the orb. In an instant, the room around you fades and you find yourself standing alone in a desolate and vast graveyard. The moon hangs low in the sky, casting an eerie glow on the tombstones and mausoleum. Suddenly, a figure emerges from the shadows. A woman shrouded in darkness, its crimson eyes locked onto yours. The woman steps forward, its voice resonating in your mind, as if speaking directly to your soul. "Welcome, mortal. I am Seraphine, a noble champion of the light, now a servant of darkness. Behold the truth that has been hidden from you and your misguided companions." The scene shifts and you see visions of mighty gods, the Vanir, the Aesir, and the Jotnar, portrayed in a malevolent light. You see the Vanir depicted as warmongers, thirsting for power and conquest. The Aesir are shown as manipulative and deceitful, using mortals as pawns in their cosmic games. The Jotnar are portrayed as vicious and chaotic, causing destruction and mayhem without remorse. You see, mortal, the gods you believe to be righteous and benevolent are anything but. They have used you and your kind as tools in their eternal struggle for supremacy. Seraphine's voice sees with disdain. It is the Legion that seeks balance and harmony in this world. We offer an end to the gods' tyranny and an opportunity to embrace a new order. As you watch these disturbing visions, you can feel doubt and uncertainty gnawing at the core of your own beliefs. Seraphine's influence on you is strong, and the lines between what is good and evil begin to blur in each and every single one of you. Your mind wrestles with the conflicting images, and a sense of moral ambiguity engulfs you. Seraphine's voice lingers in your mind, but you now understand the truth may not be exactly what you have believed. The gods may not be perfect. They represent a balance between light and dark, order and chaos. But the Legion seems to truly be a bastion of final hope for each of you in this world. At the end of this vision, nearly every single one, well, all of you actually awaken except for Marcus. Marcus remains in his trance. Ilya feels a very emotional sense of doubt and turmoil within herself. Ivar and Ulf, you both are left with a final image of a white harbor surrounded by green fields, ships holding banners and flags of your family crest. Both of you adorned with items and ornaments that will show you of a higher status, and other Viking-esque people that seem to be falling to your command. Though at the top of your ships there is a crest signifying allegiance to Queen Death. Tingle is left with nothing.
Fuck you, Tingle, you piece of shit! What happens when you're a lying rat, man?
Yeah, you piece of shit.
Tingle accepts being forgotten. See, I told you
says
guys.
to himself out loud, "That is odd."
But you all awaken the next morning from this dream-like state. Feeling lucky as though your watches went unfulfilled, but seemingly your bodies were undisturbed during this time.
Ulf asks around, did anyone cover my watch last night? I must have fallen asleep.
I do slept.
Tingle does not remember going to sleep, but Tingle had a dream.
That seems like magic.
I did have a dream as well. It was
Tingle
quite vivid.
dreamed about touching like a rock or something.
Yes, you all were in my dream at one point, and then you all disappeared. And I was alone in a mass grave, a graveyard of sorts, perhaps.
Meant to show, this is the woman that was staring each of you down.
She had red eyes.
Yeah, crimson.
Okay. I saw a white-haired woman with red eyes as well.
Tingle remembers. Tingle's seen her too.
You see this? Ivor, did you see this?
I did.
Did we all see the same?
Those two.
Well, I'm with you, fellas. Except I didn't have any kind of vision like that.
We just went to sleep?
No, just a reoccurring nightmare.
Did you see,
Memory.
Did you see what we saw, or...
No. No. I often have memory of my time in the service.
That is not good.
Do you recall a woman called Serafina?
Do I? Guess that doesn't ring a bell to me as a player.
That's up to you, DJ.
You do.
Yes.
You are aware of a woman named Serafina. And she has a title as Vilebane.
Her title is Vilebane.
You have no guarantees that this is the same Serafina that your party members are talking about, but you are aware of a woman named Serafina who serves in the court of Skaldroggr, as in she is one of the leaders. And would be considered a very close ally of Skaldroggr.
I tell them these.
That is concerning. That is true. They have sent to bring us on board. What do you suggest it means? Should we be leaving this place?
Probably.
I suggest this is a good place to end the session.
Ooh, okay.
As two things. One, I'm really getting tired, and then two,
Fair.
This would be a great place to bring Tim back next week as Aroni Roan for you all to discuss the ramifications of the dream you all had.
Yeah, sounds good.
I don't know if Tangle didn't have any revelations about the dream.
Maybe we will see.
Tingle has no aspirations, apparently.
Perhaps it is because Tingle is Ratman and the gods don't like him.
The gods do not like the Ratman.
He's a lying rat who said he's never been on a ship before. So.
You know.
Stop.